Hello. Hopefully you're hearing us okay. My system was being a little bit silly this morning, so we were running late, but thank you all for joining us, minus the tech problems. So ADS this week, what are we? Episode 49. We're almost at 50. We're almost at 50. But it's been an interesting week for gaming news, being a Xbox gamer and just Game Pass gamer in general. But we're gonna get into it anyway. We've got a lot to say on this topic. I think everyone who's watched any other podcast this week have probably seen the discourse amongst the community around price hikes as a general rule, and then Xbox jumping on that bandwagon. But before we get into that, shout out to everyone watching us live. Thank you. Hit that like button. Share it out. Leave a comment, even if it's just to talk about how Nero was a grifter. And I mean, these price hikes makes more sense around why he's grifting. Like, we should all be doing it, right? But Nero, what have you been up to? What have you been playing this week? And how have you been?
Okay, so funny thing. Shout out to all of our listeners. My homie Riz is a truck driver. He listened to us on the road. And it's funny thing ever. He called me today. He said, "Yo, what is a grifter?" So Panda, I was wondering, can you explain that to him? Because I was like, bro, I really I could give examples of it, but I
I
can't.
think that's the best way to explain it as an example, because I feel like even if you explain it, like, some people need an example.
Yeah. I was like, I can't
Basically,
give it like just clear definition myself.
I think I'm more likely to give an example too. But I feel like you kind of see, we're not even going to talk about it properly because I think of it as a joke because I don't think of you as a grifter. But from my understanding, someone might have a better understanding in the chat. Is basically you kind of move from, in the gaming community, you move from one community to the other, and you don't really have any loyalties to anyone or anything, and
Oh well,
and
shit.
it's done
Fuck
in a
that. Hey,
negative.
hey, hey, hey,
Yeah,
hey.
it's done in a
I'll take it.
negative light. It's done in a negative
I'll
light
take it
around.
because
Yeah,
I don't want to have blind loyalty to any of these sons of bitches. And if this past week and these past few months, even with Nintendo, haven't showed you that none of them give a damn
yep,
about us, hey,
yep.
you guys are the idiots. Go ahead and give me that label,
So you
grifter. I
like
will
move from
take it.
one community. You go from one community where you were like hardcore on it and you were like loyal, then you move to another community and you just keep grifting between the two or three, moving around. And most people who are seen as grifters don't actually have a lot of integrity, but we know Nero has a lot of integrity. He stands behind what he says when he's talking about gaming, and he's a true gamer. He's got like every platform except Nintendo, right? You're getting Nintendo though,
Yeah, I definitely
eventually.
plan to get on
Yeah,
Nintendo,
yeah. So
and
yeah,
we got a lot to talk about because man, it's just
there
we
you go.
gotta
Lyric got a good way
it's
to say
just
it.
yeah, let's first of all, what up chat, and Sanchez, what's good, bro? He said Arc Raiders look really good. Yo, shout out
And is, yeah.
to the homie Grizzly. Even though it ends tomorrow, I just downloaded it because I just got the code today, so I'm probably gonna try to play the hell out of it like after this podcast, because I've been hearing nothing but good things about Arc Raiders, man. So I'm hearing it may be the marathon killer before marathon even gets here. So
Um, yeah, I heard it's quite good. I hear people are enjoying it in the sense of they're looking at marathon and they're going, nah, catch that.
oh,
But
if lyric definition is it, then fuck you guys. I'm way far from that.
well, I feel like it's like how you look at it. It really depends. There are grifters who do that. There are grifters like I don't want to say his name because he's like one of the biggest grifters ever. Crap gamer. How he was this big Xbox shill, and then he got his ass handed to him by Phil Spencer, um, and then he went over to PlayStation and he started like grifting over there and going, PlayStation's the best, and trashing Xbox. And then he came back to Xbox a little bit and none of the community wanted anything to do with him. And then he's kind of gone back there and he's sort of grifting between the two. He has no loyalty. He can't really keep his opinions as his opinions, hence no integrity. He doesn't stand behind what he says.
All right.
That's probably, I guess, the best example of a grifter.
Well,
And I kind of really want to
I guess the best thing
wash my
about me
mouth out
is
with soap saying his name.
I guess the best thing about me is I got a proven track record. Like my
Hmm.
sayings, I feel like if people actually been, and this is why I feel like a lot of people don't listen to what Nero say, because if
Mm.
you listen to me for the last 4 or
I'm one
5
of them.
years,
I don't listen. I'm
yeah,
kidding.
nobody ever listened to me around here except for Tryhard and
Love
Farkeith
you, Nero.
possibly when he's not mad for sure. But I just feel like if people been listening to me for these last few years, nothing I'm doing to surprise them. Like you might be surprised because you wanted me to grift on the opposite end and just get certain things and go against my
Mm.
view, get a pro and just say it's the worst thing ever, it's the biggest waste of money. I'm sorry, I'm a gamer. I play games, I enjoy it. I'm not gonna downplay and I'm a game reviewer first. The fuck y'all want me to be like IGN? Want me to just be biased all the time? Nah, if it's some shit I don't like that's going on, man, we gotta realize we consumers first, man. And
Yeah.
like these last few weeks has just kind of opened my eyes, and I'm just like more so in a mindset of just
Yeah.
continuing to get a lot of games on sale, building my backlog, and just really got enough games that I own, enough of great games, whether it's PlayStation or Xbox. I was just talking to the homie Demo, shout out Demo Flow. I was talking to him the other day because I did like an emergency space just to touch on the price hikes, and he was telling me to come on the PC, and I'm like, people don't understand. Like my takes on the thing is because I love my Series X to death, but if this motherfucker
Mm.
clunk out tonight from a storm or something like that, bro, I'm going to start building my PC. Period. I'm not about to
Yeah.
spend $700, $600 on 6, 7 year old technology. I'm just not doing that. And that's my only point I'm trying to get people to understand. They like, oh well, if you don't have one by now, you should have had one. Or
But if you got a PC and you have Xbox games that are play anywhere, then most of your games are going to go with you anyway, and you can just re-get through them through the You've got PC Game Pass. You've got so much things there available to you, so it's not really like those who are kind of shilling and just saying console, console, console. I'm a console gamer because that's how I prefer, but I play PC as well. But you can't just ignore the fact that Xbox is everywhere. I get it, the price difference. Console technically was cheaper about a week ago.
I respect the Xbox being everywhere, but for some
I
people, we just want to
do.
play one
Yes,
place.
Read the
And for
Panda.
me, that's Xbox. Like I appreciate you guys giving me the option to take my game to my laptop or to my phone. I really do appreciate that, but that's not why I got.
Percentage.
I just like Xbox. I'm a console dude, so it's like I appreciate everywhere, but I don't want to play everywhere or anywhere. I want to
Yeah.
play here on this
Yes.
on this set experience, and it's like I defend consoles from the sun up to the sun down, and it's always been because of the price to power to play in that order. If the price
The
is
price
super
to
low and
entry,
makes
right?
sense, yeah, the price to entry, like it's for everybody. Like even with the Series S, the cheapest next gen console, like I've been bigging up that console all gen. You know what I'm
I
saying?
can't
So
keep a straight face now that we're talking about that's the cheapest system. Sorry. We're gonna get into it.
yeah, we definitely
It's
gonna
been a
get into
week.
it, but we that's for the topics. We gonna get there. Like I said, I got some takes.
Mhm.
It's my takes is from a consumer standpoint, but to let y'all know what I've been doing, I've been still playing. Well, today I'm just kind of tired, trying to wake up. I took my mom and grandmother to their Mother's Day breakfast early, like a week early, because I'm like I don't like doing that stuff the weekend of, because it'd be so crowded, and I'd just be like I like to avoid people. So let's get this out the way. But besides that, man, I just been gaming. I've been taking my time with a Claire Expedition 33, easy game of the year contender. Really great game, man. And then I finally got around to firing up Eternal. It's living up to all my hypes and expectations, man. Really, really great game. Happy I waited because it recently got a pro update. So it's not that low ass 1080p resolution the base PS5 was struggling with. So I'm really grateful for that. But that's been a really good game. And yo, Obsidian, uh, not Obsidian, Oblivion. I'm sorry, Obsidian. I'm thinking about y'all. I'm ready for the Outer Worlds, but Oblivion, man, remake. Having a really good time with that, man.
I
Beautiful,
understand it. They
beautiful
both
game.
start with an O.
Yeah, beautiful. Like I can't express how impressed I am with this game across the both platforms. I tried it on. It's gorgeous and just runs great on both platforms. I guess maybe because I have a VR display that I don't notice it or complain. But I'm gonna be honest, man. I played Skyrim on the PS3 and didn't give a damn about the 20 frames it was hovering at. I just been enjoying Oblivion, man. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I treat it like a new Elder Scrolls experience. I never played it before, so this could easily be my game of the year. But I probably lean towards something new and fresh, something like a Split Fiction or Expedition or even a Monster Hunter. But Panda, I've been hooked on the Elder Scrolls, man. That's why I haven't
I
finished
don't blame you.
Expedition yet.
I don't blame you.
And I also tried Towerborn. I don't
You
know if you
did?
got around to playing it yet. Yo, I won't invest too much into it. They already announced the achievement support is coming soon, but
Yeah, I
I
was just
need
gonna
that
add that.
achievement
Yeah,
support.
they well at
I
least
need
whatever
that.
you've put into it, you don't have to go and redo that.
Hmm.
Those achievements you've technically already unlocked will
It's
just pop.
retroactive, so that's really
So
dope.
when you get in and load it up, you're like pop, 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 and you're like, what is
Yep,
this? And they'll be
beautiful game.
showering you with
Have you
achievements.
checked it out?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
This week I'll be real honest. First half of the week I was real busy. Second half of the week, Clear Obscure has my heart and soul.
Mm,
Expedition
as it
33
should.
is
It's
peak
special.
gaming. It's I'm in Act 2 and um I just can't stop playing it. I actually can't stop playing it. Um I went to bed at like 2:30 in the morning last night or this morning playing it and I was like, damn, I gotta get up for the podcast and other stuff. So I've had like 5 hours sleep, which isn't too bad. But the gameplay, the story, the music, even just like some of the little games you can play in there, because you've got these little games with gesturals that you can play, and there's a climbing like challenge in the sense of like parkour, I guess in a way you'd call it.
I
Um,
can't wait to get to that
and
section.
I do not have jumping challenge or jumping puzzle, and I hate them.
Little
I hate
platformer.
them in any game. Especially in Guild Wars 2, there was one thing which was destroyed my soul. But when you fall, there's a likelihood that you're never going to land on a lower platform. You're just
Mm.
going to fall into the water and have to restart. Only once did I land on something. It took me it took me too long to get to the top. But it was worth it once I got to the top. Even just like because you're going up so high, when you actually fall, if you're dreaming and like when you're falling in your dream and you get that feeling in your stomach, you get a bit like that in this. And I just love the dynamic gameplay. I can't give this game its flowers enough. And I know we're going to be talking about it anyway. But yeah, that's what I've been playing. I did play a little bit of Warzone this week. Not much, only probably about 5 or 6 games. We did win one of our games, which was nice. And then we're playing in a four player team. But yeah, no. I want to go back and play Oblivion, but I know I'm going to spend less time in Clear Obscure than I am in Oblivion. So I was like, I'm going to try
Yeah,
and
that's the
get this game
mindset
out
I
of the
had.
way.
It
Oh,
didn't work like that though. I had that mindset, and it's like, oh well, Oblivion is right here, and I tried to avoid it by getting Oblivion on PlayStation. So when I'm playing Claire on Xbox, I don't be tempted. But somehow it just ended up in my quick resume. I don't even remember making this character that I made. That's taking
uh-huh.
time from it. So Oblivion
Yep.
has been also. I don't know if you see Lyric called you a fake gamer for not playing Towerborn yet.
Oh, that's okay. To be fair, our backlogs have backlogs, and the only, I guess, great thing to come out of the price increases, if you can call it great, is we will have a chance to attack our backlogs because people ain't paying shit.
That's really how I'm looking at it.
Yeah, what silver lining can we find from this? And I think that's something that Tryhard called out earlier. Yes, Mayal, she's great.
Yeah,
Gustav,
she's really good.
Gustav is fantastic. The acting, such a good one. But
I've been
what has
loving
everyone been?
this game as
Sorry, I'm
well.
just
I'm
going to
sorry.
ask the chat
Mm.
what everyone has been playing, and then I'll let you go there, Nero. But anyway, everyone in the chat, what have you been playing this week? Yeah, and sorry, what have you been playing, Nero?
Oh no,
Oh, what were you going to say,
I
Nero?
was just gonna follow up because I feel like you can't praise that game enough. So I just wanted to double down on what you were saying about Claire. I think it's just amazing, and I'm not even where you're at. Like, sadly, the platforming spot you mentioned got spoiled for me. I seen it on Twitter, somebody posted it, but I love moments like that in games. Like, just even I seen like just the clunkiness of it. I'm like, yeah, it looked like a nice little challenge, a little fun thing to really sit back and try to climb and conquer. So I just thought that
Yeah,
was really dope, man, and the cast is really good. And this is one of those games I'm just like, at this point, take my money, man. The moment it go on sale, I'd probably definitely
I'm
just pick it
buying
up
it.
to own.
I'm buying
Yeah,
it once it goes on sale as well.
definitely.
They deserve it. I think for a lot of people, this is game of the year. I was in a party chat the other day, and well, we might as well get onto this quick topic because it's our first on our
Yeah,
quick topic anyway.
yeah.
But they hit what 1 million sales in the first 3 days. And that is across all platforms that this game has been released on. And that takes into account that people have bought this game on top of people who are playing it through Game Pass, whether it's on PC, whether it's on console. And so, regardless of how you look at it, it has done fantastic for a 30 uh, dev studio team. Cost what $50 million to make, and we do have Ubisoft developers here. So I think it goes to show that those Ubisoft developers are really talented. And I think if you go listen to some of the conversations they've been talking about, because you have a team that is quite small, they have to do a lot of different things, but they can really sit down and focus on what they want to do rather than having a big team full of bloat and then not getting like not getting a consensus around what you want to put into the game. And so some things that would be fantastic don't make it into games because of how big the developer teams are. And I also like to say that like the studio also said that Oblivion releasing the same week didn't impact them. It was a positive. So yeah, but what do you have to say about the 1 million sales in the first 3 days? Nero?
I just absolutely love to see it, and even though I've been supporting it by playing it in Game Pass, and I just love this for them, and I love that they even went to point out, saying this number includes units shipped to retailers and does not encompass our awesome Game Pass players. I love that they
100%.
pointed that out. Just another narrative in the coffin that us Xbox and just real gamers as a whole been knowing. Game Pass support the devs all around, and it don't cannibalize sales. This is just another great example of
It
it doing the
doesn't.
opposite of what these clowns be saying. I
Yeah.
love to see it, man, and I just wish I was one of them, which I will be. It's like I'm gonna wait for a sale because I've been playing in the Game Pass, but definitely gonna pick it up and have it on in the backlog because you got to support more of this. These $40-$50 uh like really great
Yes.
experiences, game of the year potential. I love
This
that.
was
And
this
I
is like the
also
third
see
game
some
this
in the
year that's
background.
come out at that price, right? We had Oblivion
Yeah.
$50, we had Clear Obscure $50, and there was another game that came out.
Split Fiction
Split
was
Fiction.
was fifty
Yes, thank you.
dollars,
That's the one. Amazing.
and even Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, that was a $60 price tag.
Yeah.
Back when that was the standard, I used to really appreciate and take that price tag for granted. But even those people still releasing that to $59.99, like that is, those are the
Mm,
people I really don't mind giving my money to and supporting.
100%, 100%. Just want to say a big shout out to everyone joining us live. Over 43 people watching live, whether you're on YouTube, whether you're on Twitter or Twitch. Thank you all for being here. We really appreciate your support. And for those watching live on YouTube, you can just put Next Gen Grifter in the chat if you want to just acknowledge Nero and his fantastic job at playing every game under the sun because I can't keep up with you. And saying that, I just want to quickly share something that Fuck You made the other day, and I really want
Yeah,
you
I
to love
laughed
it.
when I seen it back in the
Yeah,
background. I
yeah,
seen it
you
before.
saw it.
For you
I asked
guys
him to
who's
send
about
it to you.
I seen this about 2 minutes before you guys seen it just now, and I laughed. I had to keep it to myself. Yo,
Isn't that great? Do you know I
I
was meant to
hate
put this
these
on our?
things.
Do you know
And
I was meant to put this on our thumbnail and I forgot. Instead, I did the
yo,
Jackie
that would have
Chan
been
thing.
so dope.
Oh, I feel so bad. I even said to Fuck You, this has got to go on the thumbnail, and I forgot. And I was like, well, it has to show up on the show this week.
let me say why I love this, man. And this is, people laugh and they say, yo, Far Q, man, funny edit. But Far Q just know what he be doing. He like, yo, I don't agree with those things that Chat, Panda, and everyone else says about Nero. So I'm gonna make him a mimic because if you play the game, they throw up an invisible shield. What am I doing right now in this picture? I have up an invisible shield blocking out all of those negative comments that just get thrown my way. Yo, Far Q, another one. Like he's 10 for 10 at this point this year. He just gets it. He just
Yeah.
gets it. I did hate this enemy though. I will say that.
I will say I hate the mimes as well.
I
Like when
hate
you
the
run into
mimes.
them. Like I ran into my first one in Lumiere at the very beginning of the game. And if you get an
Yeah,
achievement if
I
you
did
defeat
too.
it, by
Yeah.
the way. Um
I
and I
died a
got
couple
3
times.
achievements right off the bat for this because I got the achievement for defeating it. I can't really say what the other achievements are because I don't want to spoil it. Not that they're major spoilers, but I'm like, go experience them for yourself. It's nice when you see them pop yourselves. But every time I run into them in the game, I'm like, oh, because they have
Yeah, same.
so much health. They have so
They
much
are
health.
annoying.
Even if you're on first strike, you strike first. Um, they still put up their shield before you even get to hit them, and I'm like, nah. But there is a really good way to defeat these, and you get some good rewards out of defeating them. So, but they are just the
That's when the
bane of
game
my
kind of
existence.
clicked for me when I ran into the first one. Like you
Mm,
did, like you said, you get an achievement for it. I'm like, yo, what is this? I'm like, yo, what the hell? I'm like, yo, I don't like these things. I don't. It's creeping me out, man. So
yeah,
I hit one of the settings and started
yeah.
the fight and got fucked.
Lurk has put a nice little helpful thing in the chat saying you have to focus breaking them. The only way to take real damage. 100%.
Mm,
I was in a party because we've been playing, like 3 of us were playing over the weekend, just playing this, and we're all at different stages of the game. So we're all being real careful not to spoil anything. And one of the guys was just complaining about how hard it was to take on mimes. And I was like, what do you mean? They're not that difficult. You really just have to dodge and then you have to break them. And he's like, what do you mean break them? I'm like, build up their break meter and break them. That drops their shield or their defense, and then you can do shit ton of damage. And he's like, what? I'm like, yeah, you need to make sure you've got break abilities that you're building up for this. But it's one of the best RPGs I've ever played. It's so good. It's just I can't describe it. If you have not tried this game, and likely you have if you're a Game Pass subscriber, by like most of us watching, um, you're missing out. Even if you're playing Oblivion, this needs to be your next game. Obviously, there's Doom the Dark Ages coming out, so maybe after that, if you're more of a Doom person, but you will not be disappointed. It is not what you think it is when it comes to turn-based games at all in any way, shape, or form. Um, the story. I was nearly in tears yesterday watching a cutscene. I was like, "What the fuck is happening to me? I'm almost in tears." Um, but I was in a
cinema.
party, so I didn't want to be in tears when watching it. But afterwards, I was like, oh, "Do I have to talk?" because my voice was breaking. I was just like, "Yeah, this is gonna hit you in the feels, whether you are a psychopath or sociopath, whatever it is, and you don't have feelings, you will feel something. I mean it. You will."
Yeah, and
This will help.
I seen this one of the best selling JRPGs on PC ever. Uh, I see
Yes.
some of the demo flow, my boy.
What's up, demo?
What's good? Expedition 33 is really good, and I'm not into it, to be honest.
To be clear,
I mean, to be clear, to be clear. All right.
Expedition is really good, and I'm not into turn-based combat. That's what he's
Yeah.
saying.
Oh,
Turn-based
okay.
combat.
PBC.
I got it.
Yo,
I was like, how
I
can you say
agree.
it's really good if you're not really into it?
No, that's possible though. I didn't
Yeah.
play some things that's really good, but I just like really didn't get into it. But I agree. Like turn based combat for me has kind of always been like just kind of midish.
Yeah,
Like I kind of
he saw
I
both
say
of them fuck
niche.
it up, man.
Yeah, he saw. Yeah, my bad, bro.
Turn-based combat, lol.
My bad, bro. That's I've been smoking good. Panda don't got an excuse. I do,
Hey,
but
you said it, and then I was like, wait, do you mean this? So it's your fault that my brain I figured it out though. I
You did.
figured it out.
You did. But I agree. I'm not really into turn based combat either, and that's why I brought up the it's selling well on PC because people like, oh well, how can you love this if you haven't played this JRPG or this turn? But bro, nobody gives a fuck about those niche ass games, bro. Nobody is saying those games aren't good. It's just
Yeah.
some people like me and Demos just said it himself. Some of us just aren't into that genre of gaming. And this just happened to be one of those games and said genre that really captured a lot of people. And the
Demo,
sales reflect it, the player base reflects it.
I think you're right. I think you're 100% correct. Demo says, Panda, don't let him smoke. He be saying crazy shit on X. He's an adult, and I can't really put him in a timeout. So
Hey man, I just be
he's
speaking
just
my
being
truth, man.
himself.
Yeah, man. Sorry I can't conform to what everybody want me to
I
be.
agree. Yeah. Tryhard says, yeah, I don't think this will turn people to enjoy turn-based combat. I agree, because it's not your typical turn-based combat game. Like,
Yeah.
um, if I go and play another type of turn-based combat, I will be forever going, why isn't it this? Why isn't it clear obscure? So 100% agree with that there, but do give it a go. Again, if you're enjoying something right now, don't tear yourself away from it, or else your backlog's going to get bigger. If you're and just kind of sit with that game, complete that game, and then move on to the next. It's the only way you're going to
Definitely put
clear
it on
some.
your wish list
Put it
too.
on your wish
If you're not
list.
playing it now, because it's $50. It's on my wish list. The moment it goes on sale, I'll definitely grab it. Um,
100%.
and yeah, I just think it might make me want to go play other turn based games personally. Like
Yeah.
I've tried other ones, but none of them just
Well, did you
like
play Sea of
really didn't grip me.
Stars? Because
I
that
did.
did have a little bit of
I
little
started
bit
it. It
of
was
stuff in
cool,
it.
but it just didn't grip me like this did. But this gripping me the way it
I
did
agree.
makes me want to go back and probably finish that and get through it.
Yeah.
I just seen some dialogue online where it's like people were trying to knock this down because it's getting the flowers that they prefer favorite JRPG never got.
Well, I
And
think
I'm
it's
just like,
interesting. Yeah, go. Sorry.
I was just like, that shouldn't be a thing, man. Let's just
Oh.
celebrate it for doing what it does.
It pays homage to all the turn-based combat games that came beforehand. It respects the genre and it adds to it, and it has so many little Easter eggs in it. They've done a brilliant game, and it's not gonna be a 80-hour minimum game for people who don't want to spend 80 hours playing a turn-based game. It's 30 hours if you mainline the story. And I can tell you, it's hard to mainline the story if you're enjoying the game so much that you want to do everything. There are some bosses that I can't even take on because they're just so difficult that I'm going to come back to them. And that's the great thing, is you can come back to them. And then they're real easy.
Yeah, it
So there is
definitely
some
warrants
scaling though,
exploration.
but they even like pay homage to Souls games with the way the bosses are, and you know how they look and how they act, and I love this game.
I'm addicted to finding the expedition logs for the prior expedition teams. Like I'm just
One of
so
my friends
immersed in just
found
knowing what
Expedition
happened to them.
69 and he's just lolling the whole time. I was like, of course you make a note that you found Expedition 69. Oh, Rule 34.
Really great game, man. But shout out to them, man. Congratulations on 1 million copies sold. Play it in
100%.
Game Pass, and if you can't get around to it right now, it's a lot of games and focus on your backlog as well. Definitely wish listed, man. Definitely
100%.
wish listed.
I'm
So
just gonna move us over to something else. So give me a second while I make my changes. Oh, why are you being a pain? Share. No audio. Haha.
glad to see it.
Love to see it. So Outer Ring has shipped over 30 million copies worldwide, and they're about to release another game within the Outer Ring universe. Did I say Outer Worlds? Ugh, Outer Ring. I have no reason to be making
Mm-hmm.
mistakes. No reason. I haven't smoked anything. No reason. Okay. I think I'm going to throw to you because I've only played a little bit of this game, and I feel like you've probably played more than me of this game.
Yeah, I played a good bit. Put a lot of time in my mage build. I think I'm like level 80, 90 or something like that. Nothing
No,
crazy.
back.
Uh, Elden Ring is a really dope game, man. Really loved it. Really, I always celebrate it for being a Horizon killer because I just think a great game like this deserves all the accolades and flowers that it's been getting over the snooze fest that is the Horizon series. Personally, but 30 million copies sold is nothing to scoff at. I think that was really
No.
good. Uh, Another $59.99 game. Granted, it's cross gen, but they got a game coming this year. You know, the little standalone multiplayer co-op one, and that's only $40. So that's gonna add on to the sales. And if you want to play with your friends and your buddies, I probably pick it up. Try to play with a couple bros, whoever get it, and that's just good for them, man. I love to see great games selling well and just being supported. And Elden Ring is one of them.
Yes.
FromSoft is one of the goats for sure.
Yep.
They don't miss.
Um, I didn't. Before I forget, because Lurk just reminded me. Lurk the gestural. I love it, gesturals. Damn, someone should have told me I would have joined y'all on the podcast today. You're more than welcome to join. You are more than welcome to join. If you do, just flick me a message. Um, Before I forget, Soul is with his daughter today, like with family, so he can't make it. He's having a lovely, lovely evening. So he can't make it tonight, which is why he's not here. But he should be back next week. Yeah, and bringing his beautiful new beard cut that he's got back onto cam for us. Mm. Um, but yeah, thank you. I feel like to all the people who love Souls games who really stood behind Elden Ring because it was a fantastic game. And yes, it's beautiful in its own right around its art style, the world building, but people trashed it because it wasn't as visually pleasing as some other games out there. Just remember, visuals and graphics aren't everything. Gameplay is king. And that is why Elden Ring is a fantastic, fantastic game and has hit 30 million tarnished. Well done. Mm. Oh, okay. All right. What is next on our list,
Can I
Sol?
send you something real quick just for
Yep.
you to
Nero,
put
yeah.
in
Yeah.
real quick? If you can just bring it up on screen. I just wanted to
Is
highlight
it full
this.
screen or Twitter?
It's on Twitter.
Okay, sweet. Flick it to me and I will do my job.
I sent it to you on Twitter.
Wicked. Oh, yes. Okay. I'm gonna share it. You wanna read it out?
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to highlight this, man, because Bethesda fanatic. Y'all know I'm a huge Bethesda fan, man. Absolutely love the game, man. And this is a great guy in the community. And I just wanted to highlight this, no pressure or anything like that. This past week has been a nightmare. My son has had a severe asthma attack, and I mentally couldn't handle it, seeing him like that. But I could use your help with my fundraiser on GoFundMe. Please share, support, or donate. Every small action counts. Um, I definitely plan to support when I can after I knock a couple of these bills out. But I just wanted to highlight this because this is what the community is about, man. We try to support one another, and we got this platform here. So I put the link in the chat. If you know him, man, he love Bethesda games. It's in the name, man. He play all the games I love: Starfield, Fallout, uh, Elder Scrolls. So yeah, man, just a good guy. Just wanted to throw that in there real quick. Prayers to you, sending love and positive energy towards you, brother.
It's sad to see that. Yes, go support the GoFundMe if you can. Um, I hate seeing children in need, regardless of what type of need that is, whether that's health, food, accommodation, all the basic human needs and rights. We all deserve it as a standard. It's
Definitely.
sad. I work in the health industry, so it's hard to see that and hear about it and it's very confronting. Yeah. Mm. Okay.
Definitely. Much love to him and the fam, though, man. Everything gonna work out, man. Sending positive energy, positive
Yep.
vibes, and
Even if it's just to comment and let Bethesda fanatic know that you're thinking of them,
definitely,
sometimes that is the least and most effective thing that you can do.
definitely,
Yeah.
100%,
Okay.
100%. All right, so next piece of quick news, man. Gotta highlight is Wu Chang Fallen Feathers is just $49.99. Pre-orders
Just
just
gotta
started.
move us quick. Sorry. Back to the two.
Yeah, Wu Chang Fallen Feathers, they won in Game Pass. Was just got the price announced, which was $49.99. Pre-orders has just started. It is a Souls-like action RPG set in the land of Shu during dark and late Ming Dynasty time period, man. So I'm intrigued for this. But it's definitely gonna check it out. The reason I wanted to highlight the price is because, like I said, man, you got games getting to the point where they're double this price tag, and we just got Clear Expedition, Splitgate, great games for great prices, man. And I got a feeling in my gut this is gonna be another one. I got a feeling this is the next Game Pass banger coming up. We already know Doom is gonna hit, but Game Pass
Yeah.
has been on a roll lately.
Yeah.
It's
Game
another
Pass
great price
is
tag.
on fire. Absolutely.
Love to see it. Love
It
to see
looks
it.
really good. Like the combat looks really fast. Um, I think as another game coming out of China, they're really capturing the world's attention. Like we
Yeah,
had Wukong, now we've got Wu Chang, and we get to play this one day one for those who do not own a PlayStation, which is really nice. And I think give it a go because it is on Game Pass. If it's your thing, play it through. If it's not, go back to Clear Obscure's Expedition 33. I'm just going to keep
definitely.
pushing that game. Or Towerborn. Or any other game that's landing in Game Pass. But the price point is what I like to see.
Yeah,
The 49.99.
love to see it. Need
Love
more
to
of it.
see it. We
Keep it
do.
coming, man. Because I'm the person like me. I play it in Game Pass and support it. That's a good price tag, man, for a new
Yep.
game, especially when it got a lot of content and it's just
100%.
good. Like I have no problem buying uh Expedition right now. Like it's just those games for that price tag is just really really tempting, especially
Yeah.
when they end up being like really good games. So I just wanted to highlight that. Like me personally, man, I gotta knock out some of the Soul games I already bought and on. Like I gotta finish Armor Core 6. I picked up Lies of P on sale. Great games, man. So I gotta kind of get to those, but it's just look like another banger, man. Uh, just keep
It
them rolling.
does it does look interesting, try hard. I agree. It does look interesting as a game. I'm gonna wait to see some reviews from other gamers within our community, people that I really trust before I sink some time into it. Mainly because I really don't like seeing games where I have like low completion rates or like very minimal completion rates in my achievement screen. I just don't like seeing it. I wish I could hide certain things so I don't have to see it.
Definitely.
But yeah, yeah,
All
fun
right,
stuff.
man. This next piece of news, man, I'm kind of like shrugging off because it's like I don't really know who's asking for this, but Insider Gaming reports Ubisoft has planned 9 Assassin's Creed games for the next 6 years, 2 big RPGs, 2 multiplayer titles, 2 smaller experiences, 2 remakes, and one mobile game. Assassin's Creed Jade should be the next launch game. Uh, I probably care about 2 of these, maybe 4 of these. I care
Yeah,
about the 2 big RPGs, and I definitely care about the remakes because I think one of them is Black Flag, and
I
I
think
love
so
the
too.
older one. So I'm just like I don't really know who's asking for all this, and it's like this has kind of been my beef with the industry as a whole, man. Like y'all, who do y'all listen to the fans and what we actually want? Like y'all just I know y'all got to make games, make your money, make people happy, but it's like y'all be setting yourself up for failure.
Why are they milking this franchise so much?
I have no idea.
I know
It's
why.
great.
100% know why. But you had 30 developers basically, I think it was 30, that were ex Ubisoft devs that made one of the best games that I think it's going to be of this year. But you're milking the shit out of Assassin's Creed. Like, you need someone to come in and change up whatever's happening in your space, because I feel like Ubisoft is, outside of their big franchises, creatively bankrupt as
For
a
sure.
company.
I agree.
I don't want to know that there are 9 Assassin's Creed games coming out over the next 6 years. 9 Assassin's Creed games over the next 15 years would have been more palatable. But 9 in the next 6? It's just, I get it, you're trying to hit everyone. The mobile game's going to hit someone else, a different what is it? Different market, different gamers, etc., etc. 2 smaller experiences for those who don't want a big bloated game. I don't know what we're going to get with multiplayer titles in that space, because they have tacked multiplayer onto Assassin's Creed games before and they have tanked. Some people have liked them, but they haven't had enough movement in that space. You saw what happened with other what was that game that recently just kind of tanked that Ubisoft did, which was like meant to be a COD killer.
X-Defiant.
X-Defiant. Unless you're doing something substantial, don't go into that multiplayer crap. You're just wasting money. Absolutely wasting money. Give that money to a smaller dev team and get them to deliver something fantastic.
I agree. Because I'm
Yeah,
like, nobody's asking for this. And
no one
I've
is.
been known to defend Ubisoft on certain games because
Mm-hmm.
Clear Expedition is proof that some talented people is really in there, but it's just those
Yeah.
people are not the ones with the say so and pulling the string, man. So uh, I'm not asking for this, man. I'll see. You know, I got Shadows because I love the time period and the characters was intriguing to me, but you know, especially with prices and stuff going up, man. Ubisoft games go on sale relatively quick. You also got Ubisoft
Ubisoft
Plus, man.
Plus.
So some of this I just shrugged off, like you know, the Black Flag remake. Hopefully that land at 50. Like
That I understand.
yeah, definitely understand. And even if they possibly remake something like 3, that's one of my personal preferred ones. But they'll probably go another
The
direction.
one set in the United States.
Yeah, with Connor, the Native American one. I enjoyed that one, but
Mm.
yeah, man, nobody's asking for this shit. Ubisoft, man, go back to the drawing board. All you big devs, go back, man. Let games like Clear Expedition and Split Fiction, Splitgate on my mind, man. I don't know if you played the last version of it, but I
No,
missed
I
out on it.
didn't.
But I seen some gameplay and it looks really good, man. So I
Yeah,
definitely want to check out Splitgate when it drops. But
yeah.
yeah, man, Split Fiction, these smaller games, man, is the games I would be highlighting and just holding up to a pet on a pedestal because some of these devs and just you know companies got to look in the mirror and figure out what's going on and
Mm-hmm.
get in touch. A lot of these people are out of touch with the
Yeah,
same community they're trying to sell these games to.
100%. 100%. Um, there's only going to be like that many Assassin's Creed games. With what we know, with what's happening with the gaming industry around prices going up for games, it might push more people to their subscription service. But you're going to see, and I put a post out, attachment rates drop. People are going to be more selective on the games they play and buy. People are going to be more, I guess, more aware of game sales. They're going to be looking for those game sales, which means that your day one attachment rates with people like, oh, it hasn't done as well as before, is because people aren't buying it day one. They can't be bothered. Games aren't coming out fully fledged. They usually have to have a couple of patches before they're decent, and fix problems that the community is complaining about. Um, and so it's going to sell later as a result when it's a more affordable price. Yeah, I think it's fucking 9 Assassin's Creed games in the next
Yeah,
6 years.
it's
Jeepers.
crazy, man. Great, absolutely
Insane.
crazy work. No way to
Oh,
defend it, man. Shout out to the smaller, passionate teams, man. Y'all will be getting next year money going forward as long as your games is priced reasonably. And just a real quick, in case you missed it, gotta mention Claire Obscure Expedition 33 one more time because it's already getting a live action movie. It's being
Fucking
co-developed.
deserves it.
It fucking deserves it, man. And it's being co-developed by the Sonic franchise producers, and those movies has been fucking heat. So it was announced for January. I don't know what they maybe
Announced in
announced.
January.
Was it announced in January? This isn't new news.
I don't know. I feel
This is
like,
my first time hearing of it.
I mean, maybe it hasn't hit the gaming side of things. It might have just been out in the general public. I don't
Okay,
really remember. Maybe I vaguely remember. I don't really remember, to be fair.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, I definitely will check it out, man. Probably not probably, but definitely be better than that piece of shit Until Dawn movie that just recently dropped that didn't get credited, man. They didn't credit the devs, man. So, shame on you, Sony. Shake
Mhm.
my finger
Mhm.
at y'all. Get them the same way I want to credit Neil Druckmann and everybody else for these shows and shit. Credit them, man. Until
Yeah.
Dawn was a great game. Just because
Yeah.
you guys fumbled on that shitty remake and left a sour taste in the fan base mouth, don't mean the original dev shouldn't get credited for
Yeah.
this movie that was ass and loosely based off of the game, which I still want to check out though. I love Until Dawn.
Mm. I'm intrigued by the thought of seeing a live action movie for this. Um,
Yeah.
because of how the story unfolds in this game. The characters, the music, when they put the music through, like they better get the guy who did the music for the game doing the music for the movie. Like you can't mess with the music at all in the game. It's part of its DNA. What's up, Grey Monad? Thank you for joining us. Really appreciate having you here. Ubisoft is really banking everything on AC. I hope they try something new and give the rest to the franchise. Give the rest. I'll give rest to the franchise for a few years. Fuck yes.
Yeah, I agree, Demo. Yeah,
I agree. I
definitely.
agree. Couldn't agree with you more.
And I agree with Tryhard, man. Claire is definitely a risky game. It's sad most $80 games won't and can't take a risk in gameplay or story. And that'd be my biggest beef, man, because some of the most unique games and dope experiences I played this generation have not been $70 titles, man. You know, with the exception of a few that was and those ones that I have, like something like a Starfield, that was in Game Pass.
Yeah.
So I had another option to not even pay for that, and then get it on
Hmm.
sale later. So it's like when I get frustrated, and even when it's with Microsoft or with Sony, even with Nintendo, it's like you guys is increasing these prices, but giving us less impactful and less like these games don't be worth what you guys is asking for as a whole. I mean, like, where are the risk takers making these unique, dope experiences, man? A lot of these games, especially from AAA devs and just as a whole on the grander scheme of things, it's just cookie cutter games, man. Playing it safe, trying to please everybody, and really not making anybody happy in the process.
Yeah. I agree. I agree.
Be unique, be
Um.
different, man. Like
mm,
split
all right.
fiction is extremely dope. Like
Yeah.
that's
I'm
think outside the
super
box, please.
super keen to see what they do with that. Because that's also being made into a movie.
Yep, yep,
Yeah, so I'm really keen to see what they do with that. Um, I'm just really intrigued to see how they would take that and move it over to that medium
yeah.
because it's insane. I mean, the story, the character, the story, but it
Yeah,
could
the
be.
story
I
is
think
pure
they're
cinema at
gonna.
times. Anyway,
I think they're really gonna take a page from Ready Player One and that
Hmm,
live action. Um, that's how I think they're gonna do it, but it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. I'm just gonna quickly reset something in my back end. So if you want to jump onto the next topic,
for
please,
sure.
please do.
All right, chat, man. Take Two is moving the launch date of Borderlands 4 forward by 2 weeks, now releasing on September 12th. Please let me know, man. How do y'all feel about Borderlands 4? We're gonna talk about it later because we're gonna speak on the state of play. I watched about half of it. Sorry, I didn't get the whole thing, but I was kind of sold on it. I'm gonna be honest because I love Borderlands as a whole, like the franchise as a whole, but I just wasn't a fan of Borderlands 3. So I want every reason to get back into the Borderlands franchise, and this looks pretty good, man. From what I've seen, it looks pretty good, pretty decent. With GTA 6 not being here this year, I'm more open to take a risk on a game later
So,
this year, and Borderlands 4 might be that game.
just make me understand this correctly. When we saw the announcement at the PlayStation State of Play earlier in the week, what was the release date?
I think this news may have came out before the this news came out before the state of play, I believe.
And then the state of play showed the same date, or
I didn't finish it.
wait, I'm confused.
Yeah.
I actually didn't look into this enough to be fair.
Mm.
Because I only just realized I saw some stuff on it this morning, and I was like, I got other stuff to do this morning. Um, and by this morning, I mean like it's Sunday morning, and like I said, it's May the 4th here, so May the 4th be with you. And then Revenge of the Sith tomorrow. um, yeah. When did this? When did was there a date announced already for Borderlands, and then they've since changed it, or because I'm confused. Maybe I
I,
just need to look
I
into it a
I
bit
think
more.
they had a date announced, and I believe earlier this
In
week,
the
like the
yeah,
front half of this week, they announced that it was moving forward by
okay.
2 weeks, and this was before the state of play. So I think they announced this
Oh,
news before Thursday.
so that's why they're saying maybe they knew something about the game moving. Okay, okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
maybe so. Um, I'm excited for Borderlands 4 because I don't know what it is, but those games look so gorgeous. The cell shading, the way
Hmm.
that they do them, I just love the art style. And the gameplay is a lot of fun. When you're playing with other people, I do not like playing Borderlands by myself. I'll be real honest, I find it boring AF. It's just not my cup of tea when you're playing by yourself.
That's crazy.
And
Prior to the third game, I didn't mind going solo.
mm, it's because I spend a lot of time in parties with other people.
Mm.
The only time I don't really do that is when I'm playing proper single player games. But if I have an opportunity to play co-op, I will, because I just enjoy sharing an experience with someone and then trash talking them and telling them to get good. Yeah, you just got to trash talk. It just makes gaming so much more fun, and making everything a competition with who you're playing with. Yeah, I do like the fact that they announced that you don't have to worry about sharing loot, because I know that is always a question that comes up. So they're preempting that question: is your loot is available for your instance? I enjoyed the fact that they said that, and this is just like Diablo. When you're playing with other people, you can choose a different difficulty setting, and it doesn't change their difficulty setting. And so you can scale it to how you want to play, and they can scale it to how they want to play, but you can still play together. And I think that's a fantastic way to have these games for multiplayer and co op, um, in order to allow people who are more casual still getting the experience that they want, and those who want to be hardcore and play on the highest difficulty getting the experience that they want. So no one's compromising, and I feel like that is the way it should be, and more games need to be doing that. Mm,
Yeah.
yeah, you're having another. I'm jealous. I'm so jealous.
I agree, man. I'm personally excited for Borderlands 4.
Mhm.
I have to see. I have to see what all is dropping around that time. Late August is kind of stacked. This whole year period is stacked. So some of these games are definitely going to be like Black Friday pickups for sure. Definitely. Guys, Forza Motorsport May update introduces larger improvements to AI, a multi-line AI system that is trained on multiple lines of traffic, including blend between different racing lines. The May update also marks the return of fan favorite Fujimi Kato. Really dope update coming in. Really dope.
Mhm.
I always thought, because I'm one of those guys that don't really play too much online Forza. I like doing the what do you call those, the tours. I like doing the
Mm.
tours and unlocking, doing the races and stories like that. And it's always dope to see improvements to the AIs, because look, man, I know a lot of people play Forza for their online, but some of us like me don't mind just playing Dolo and going through these tours and collecting cars like Thanos gyms and stuff like that. So this is really dope to see, man. Forza and Turn 10 has absolutely been killing it with the amount of support they've been giving to Forza Motorsport over the course of its life so far. And every time I see a dope update, I always try to highlight it, man. So
Mm.
download Forza and check out this update. I believe they said, I think this update is coming the 5th.
May
Yeah, I think this next
May
week.
the
Yeah.
5th be with you. No, I'm kidding.
I may be wrong about that, but it's definitely coming soon.
It is coming out in May. I don't know the exact date. But I mean, if you are a Forza Motorsports fan, jump in and play it. We've got 2 million players announced for Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. I'm actually happy to see 2 million players, but also disappointed it didn't get more. It's not my type of game, and the reason why I'm disappointed it didn't get more is because I have been in parties. I hang out with so many people within our gaming community, and the way that they talk about this and the love that they have for this game, it just it should have delivered more for those who like these sort of platforming games. I struggle with platformers. I'll be real honest. I played through Ori and the Blind Forest and died over 600 times. And I still haven't finished Will of the Wisp, but I finished Ori the Blind Forest. I do want to give this a go, but I just know I'm gonna just be miserable playing it. Nero, what are your thoughts on the 2 million copies sold?
I think
Or
it's
2 million players. Sorry,
yeah,
not sold.
2 million plays. Oh
What's up?
man,
What's
that's
up, Umbra?
what's good, Umber. That's really important to point out. 2 million players. Um, I wish it was 2 million sales, man. Prince of Persia and Prince of the Persia Lost Crown was
It was a
really
Ubisoft
cool.
game, right?
Really, yeah, Ubisoft game and really dope
Maybe it
game
was in
for them,
the.
man.
Maybe they have you 2 million players because of their subscription.
Yeah, definitely is probably what I'm thinking. But really dope game, man. I definitely recommend it. If you end up getting Ubisoft Plus to check out Assassin's Creed or maybe Black Flag remake that's rumored to come later this year, definitely check this game out, man. I'm not really too crazy about Metroidvanias, man, but this is one that I enjoyed and saw through to the end. Really enjoyed it, man. Congratulations to them. And I gotta see, didn't they lay off some of the team from this? Because I don't want to celebrate it too much if
Yes,
those same people. And let me catch myself. Fuck you, Ubisoft. Shame on you, you corporate sons of like, come on, man. Getting rid of the good people. Hey, go join the Claire Expedition team. Whoever worked on this gym, go join the Psychonauts team or the Astrobot
hundred
team. Go
percent.
go join somebody, Nintendo. Go take your talents or go even make your own game, man. I will be there to
Yeah,
support it.
yeah. I mean, it was such a beautiful game. Even the art style in that. There's just some developers are so talented and they do not get the recognition or the fanfare that they deserve, or the sales or the players that represent how great their game actually is. Um, but it'll always live in the hearts and minds of those who played it and loved it and enjoyed it. And they'll always be wanting a sequel or a remake or a remaster 20 years down the line if it needs that. Yeah.
Yeah, I might run through it again, man.
Mm.
I seen it came to PS Plus. I might double dip. I don't know. I play it again.
Hi,
Some games
Yobi.
is what's good, Yobi. Always good to see you, brother. It's good to the whole chat. Everybody in here rocking with us right now.
Yeah.
I may return to it. Like I said, I think Prince of the Persia and Lost Crown was a really good game, and I initially wasn't excited for it. I think a lot of people wasn't. A lot of people. You got to realize when that game got announced, people wasn't wanting that. People
Mm,
was wanting some Prince of Persia, but this is specific game is not what they people was wanting. So it got a lot of heat, but I'd be so happy to be wrong about games, man. If it's something I
yeah.
see and I'm not initially excited for it, but somehow it landed in my lap and I can play it,
Well,
I'd
they
be
had
happy
no
to do that.
choice, right? In the sense of, I get it, people were wanting a traditional Prince of Persia game, but then people saw the remake of the original Prince of Persia game, and that got shat on, and so that is getting reworked as well. But this came out in the end, and this is fantastic. I can't wait to see what the final Prince of Persia remake looks like when they finally deliver it.
Yeah, I'll definitely be there to
Give it a
check it
giz.
out, see what's going on. If not with my money, then with
Yeah,
Ubisoft.
100%. Well, we might not be, depending on what price they sell it at, you probably won't be picking it up day one,
Yeah, that's a fact.
unless you wanna pick it up through the subscription service. Maybe. What's up,
Definitely.
Punty? Good to see you. Ah,
All right, man. So next piece of quick news, we got some Remedy Q1 2025 earnings. Alan Wake 2 has returned to profitability with royalties, which is good to see, man. Really great game. Surprised it took that fantastic game so long to uh, recoup his profits, man. Control 2
because it was
has
only on
moved.
Epic. It didn't come to Steam.
Yeah, yeah, you can't limit your storefronts and limit people access to your games, man. Uh, Control 2 moved to full production in February and is tracking well. Max Payne 1 and 2 remakes advanced steadily forward towards major development stages in several critical areas. So I
Yep.
love Remedy. So
Yep. I will forever be asking for a Quantum Break too, because I loved Quantum Break.
Yeah.
I am still playing through Control. It's just got a creepiness to it that I just really don't enjoy in a video
Mm.
game. Because I'm a wuss. I'll be real honest. I say it every time we talk about anything creepy in the show to do with
Yeah.
video games. That I'm a wuss. I turned the music down so it felt less creepy, and then it's okay. That's how I get through video games that I can't that I find real creepy. Is I just turn the music down. But I shouldn't have to. I need to learn to woman up sometimes. What's up, Becca? Thank you for joining us. You are all good. Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
I know you want to speak on this one.
Yeah. Middle finger to the go woke, go broke crowd. Fucking stupid idiots. All of you clowns in the review comment section of my South of Midnight review. I kindly would like to tell you, go eat a dick, maybe two. South of Midnight hits over 1 million players in less than a month. That's really super good and super dope to see, man. Love to see it. Um, Great game. I loved it. The art style, the music, the story to me was really dope. Um, Combat wasn't all that, but to me, I never went into it expecting that. Just that's like me going into Kenna Bridge of Spirits, expecting like groundbreaking combat. Like I just guess I'm a realistic guy. I know what to expect in some of these games. But congratulations to the devs, man.
Yeah.
South of Midnight.
Yeah. I think it's well
The potion
deserved.
deserves it for sure.
It's a solid game. It is stunningly beautiful. The art style. We talked about this a few weeks ago, and I can't give you flowers enough for your review. It was beautiful, passionate. Um, this game, South of Midnight, I had an idea of what I thought it was going to be based on what we'd seen. Um, and it actually was so much more than that. And it surprised me. And I loved the story, loved the characters, loved just the world that was created, the folklore, the music. And so I think it definitely deserves more than over 1 million players have touched it in less than a month. It definitely deserves more than that. And I think it's going to get more than that over the next few months, um, with it sitting in Game Pass, with it being available to buy elsewhere. And people should give it a go. I know it's not for everyone, but I also say that some people it's not for everyone. I don't think you've played enough of the game to really understand what this game actually is, and you should probably give it a couple more hours. Um, yeah, yeah, I think it definitely deserves you to kind of sit there because it's not a long game. Um, Definitely deserves you to look at it and really understand what they're doing here. And I agree with the go woke or go broke conversation here. There's none of that in this game, regardless of what you think of who was involved with the development. They have done a true representation of what you of the location of the South, of the people there, of the folklore, the music. Everything is so beautifully portrayed. Um, and this is coming from someone who does not live in America, has never been to the South, but I've watched plenty of things to do with the South from where I've been and from what I've picked up. They have done such a good job. And this is also a studio in Montreal, in Canada, who delivered this. And they kept it true to the roots of the story that they were telling. So take a look and give it a couple more hours. I think it deserves that because they've done such a great job with it. Mm.
Yeah, man. Absolutely a beautiful game, man.
Hmm.
So little quick two pieces of news left, man. Like this right here, guys. I just wanted to like over like some of the really dope first party and Xbox Game Pass things to look forward to in May. Besides these insane price hikes, first party releases, man. We got Doom: The Dark Ages, upcoming banger. I'm excited for that. Halo Infinite summer update. Definitely, I'll probably check that out. Then the Forza update I mentioned, the 20th anniversary. Definitely want to check out the new track that's coming. Avowed got an update 1.4 and a new roadmap. So if you haven't gotten around to Avowed in a while, go check that out.
New Game
Uh,
Plus. That's what I want. New Game
yeah,
Plus.
New Game Plus, man. Dredge is also coming to Game Pass. Age of the Empires 2 Definitive Edition will be on PlayStation soon. Game Pass Day 1 games to a T. Spray Paint Simulator, Revenge of the Savage Planet. Being good, man. Pretty good month. Pretty good month. So definitely a lot to look forward to, man. I definitely can't wait to check out this new Forza update, man. I hope they have an entire like new tour book surrounding the new track. I think that'd be really dope, man. Have a bunch of different races, different car classes, and stuff like that, or even a drift tour. I haven't been on Forza in a couple weeks, man. I gotta go see what they've been cooking up over there. But last thing before we move into the main topics, man. Shame on you, PlayStation, man. You motherfuckers can't get nothing right either, bro. This is why I be on both everybody next. Fuck all of them. Fuckers call me a grifter all you want. I'm going where the fucking value is at, where the games is at, and where they respect me as a consumer at. But Sackboy has been removed from PlayStation Productions intro. This has led to speculation that Little Big Planet franchise has been shelved and Astrobot has replaced it. Like, damn, Astrobot, I fuck with Astrobot just as much as the next guy, but that don't mean he had to come kill Sackboy and put his ass on the shelf. I've been playing Sackboy. Matter of fact, which one is it? I can look right now. Which one I've been playing? I've been playing Sackboy Big Adventure. Yo, this shit heat. And I'm
Yeah.
thinking like, yo, this shit 4 years old. What the fuck is this the follow up to this? I'm like, oh, Astrobot is the follow up to that. Like, Lord forbid you got two fun, two decent platforming games, but apparently, man, Sackboy went triple copper in them sales streets. Heard that shit only
Yeah.
sold like 1 million copies. Ain't nobody over there give a fuck about that game. But I'm enjoying it, man. So fuck you, Sony. Like, god
I
damn it, you
feel
can do more
like
than one.
Sony's lost a little bit of their identity and DNA when it comes to some of the franchises that they had on there. They lost what Crash Bandicoot to Microsoft,
Yeah.
and they've really been, I agree, shelving things that they shouldn't shelve and putting funds into things that they really shouldn't be putting funds into. They really need to also expand their diversity and look at being more creative in that realms and investing in smaller games that deliver fantastic outcomes and fantastic experiences. They supported Ninja Theory with Hellblade originally, you know? And then that went on to do fantastic over there. And then eventually the game went to other locations. And then Microsoft also happened to support them on Hellblade 2 and take that sort of away from them. Um, yeah, it's just disappointing to see, knowing that there is a community there in their on their side of on the PlayStation side that loves Little Big Planet. And then there's a side of people that won't get to experience Little Big Planet unless they bring it back. And they could do even an Astrobot Little Big Planet like collaboration, which would be quite interesting because I feel like there were maybe some Little Big Planet like Sackboy options for the Astrobot in the game potentially. Was there a Sackboy Astrobot? Nero?
Probably was, man. It was so many damn of them.
There were
I,
so
I I've
many,
lost
so I
track.
assume there was. Sackboy is dead now. Yes, disappointing. Played it on the I feel like played it on the PSP. Was it on the PSP or PS Vita? Maybe try hard. You maybe can answer that for me. I do love your new icon, by the way. I think it's fantastic. It does make me sad at the same time, but I do love it. I do love it. Yeah, yeah. Uh, but we're gonna. Do you have anything else you wanted to add there?
Nah, man. Sony, revisit that, man. Bring Sackboy back, man. I like Sackboy so far. It's pretty dope.
100%.
But nah, we can
Um,
get into these main topics. Did you want to lead the way? I can.
I think you. I really don't. I mean, we know the pricing. Before we do, though, I just wanted to kind of just put up a couple more images that Fark you sent, and you're gonna like these. So I'm just gonna crack into some topics in a moment. But I just thought you might like this, and the rest of everybody else might like to see this one. I did not know that you were in Cyberpunk 2077.
Once again, nobody listened to me.
Yeah,
I've been see what it was. Everybody looked over my great performance in this game
they
over
did.
the rough launch. You know,
100% did.
nobody got to my hidden scene and my hidden storyline. But just like a lot of people haven't found my quest line in Starfield yet. Me and Todd, we laugh about it all the time. We like, yo, when is they gonna find it? But we still waiting for Jay Duke. Me and him got a personal bet. We like, yo, I bet Jay Duke is gonna be the one to find me. But just keep looking.
Yeah,
Cyberpunk definitely top 5 of all time, man. I agree, Yobi.
100%.
I'm definitely about to go either try to get the plat full completion, something, man, because with GTA not coming, I definitely need that just that open world, that city vibe. Cyberpunk. Mwah.
We
Perfection.
always have me or you up, so I thought I'd be nice and fuck you made this. So I'm being nice there, Nero. We're putting me up. I mean, I don't look bad for however old this person actually is. How old is he in the video games? I feel like he's like 78 or something. I mean, I don't think the color for the hair goes well on me yet, but yeah, if you didn't know, I was part of the remaster in Oblivion. Yeah, but they cut me out because, I was too good and I was asking for too much money. Yeah. Yeah.
I think you did the right thing, Panda. I think you deserve every penny you was asking for, personally.
Yeah, I stood my ground and they were like, "All right, we'll get someone else." Big shout out to Fuck You, who always makes our day whenever you send these through to us. So we really appreciate it.
Right?
All right, I'm gonna stop sharing. I'm gonna let you cook with the topic. I'm gonna move us back to
All right.
the two panel.
I was gonna say.
I don't need to see the price piss
No,
me
I was gonna
off.
say no. I want you to read these prices out, and then I give my feedback on them and
You
my
want me to
opinion.
prices? Okay, so
It's tag
these
team it.
US dollars, right? Because it's a different story if we go to my country. So later on in the year, Xbox first party games are moving to $79.99. So that is full game price games only. So full price for games only. So that's the $80 price tag that Nintendo showed us when they announced their next gen system. We have the Xbox Series S moving from what, 299 or 249? It was 299, right? 299.99 US to
Yep, 299.
379.99. That's like $80, $81 price increase. Xbox Series X. This is the Galaxy 2 terabyte edition. Yes, it includes a disk drive. So technically, it's still cheaper if you to get this than the PS5 Pro with a disk drive added on. But power wise, it's a fucking rip off. $599.99. When that's how much it cost. So $600 went up to $729. So they added another $130 onto the price point. The base controller is now $64.99. So that's your standard Series X controller or Series controller. The only one that hasn't got a price increase is the Xbox headset. The base Series X, which was what, $549? I feel like it might have been $499 in the States. I don't think you got a price increase actually, but both Australia and New Zealand had a price increase for the base unit. That is now what, six? Is it $599? Is that the base one now? I'm trying to remember. I might be wrong, but yeah. I'm reading off a random list. I should be reading off the exact list that we've got. Where are we? The base one is will be $599.99. So that's the 1 terabyte Series X version is $600 US. The 2 terabyte is $729 US. All right. I'm
All
gonna
right.
let you I'm gonna let you talk about your takes on these price increases because I think both you and I have very similar opinions around the amount of rakes that Xbox stood on this week.
Well, when I seen these, I'm like, yo, man, Xbox done lost their goddamn mind. Um, a lot of people is gonna justify these prices going up with the current economy and what's going on with this Cheeto that's in the White House. And I'm like, I'm not gonna like dive into that aspect because then it become more
I think it's an
political. And it
excuse.
yeah, it's an
I think that's
excuse.
I think
I
it's an
think it's
excuse.
definitely an excuse.
I think they were like, "We have an opportunity.
Yeah,
Let's go."
just like what Nintendo did. A lot of these people make it seem like I'm tripping for voicing and being upset about this. Like, people got to realize when I throw shots at Xbox, it's never the community or the people that support me. And if you feel that way, then you shouldn't be putting on a vest and standing in front of these corporations. Because all I do is send shots and smoke at these companies when they deserve it. Microsoft just had a fucking they earning calls, and Xbox division is more profitable than ever. So you're raking in more than ever, but you're also taking you giving game. I thought our games going to PlayStation was to keep our game prices low, or keep like what the fuck is we doing here? So you wanting more from everyone. Um, my beef is like I understand reality, the prices. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I come on here and I've been ridiculed by the community. People want to talk shit, saying jokes, whatever, about me getting the PS5 Pro for $700, trying to break it down. Listen, that's still some form of new technology or new technology features in that system. If Xbox did the exact same thing, I would have went out and bought an Xbox Series X Pro ASAP. No problem. If they did it right now, I would do it. That's never the problem. The problem is they didn't. PlayStation did, so I went and got that. And some people couldn't fathom that. But to see some of the same people who've had shit to say about that, like trying to justify this, whether it's because tariffs or saying who voted for this and who voted for that, like to me, it's stupidity, man. I think it's really greed. I look at it like people saying like, oh, if you wanted one of these consoles by now, you would have had it by now. I get that, but I don't get it at the same time because that's just selfish as fuck, bro. All right,
Mm.
I'm looking at it from the perspective that I love my Series X. If I get a bad storm, or we do have real life situations. Y'all do realize people might live in the South. We may get floods. We may get hurricanes. If for some reason my Series X clunk out or something happened to it, I'm looking at it from the perspective like, damn, I gotta go spend $600 to replace the console that I got for 400.
Yep.
That shit stings, no matter how you cut it. And it's like, I get it, the prices had to go up, this, that, and the third. I'm not just because. And yo, fuck you. I'm happy you put that in there, right? Because this shit need to be said. Um, I'm looking at it from that perspective, man. To me, I'm like, that's not it. And the reason I said it's not it, why would you lead the way? Can't nobody convince me that this was a smart thing to do. I say let the market leaders, the motherfuckers who greedy and got all these motherfuckers buying their consoles and the millions and millions and shit, let them lead the way. Let them fall on the sword of increasing prices and being the leaders of anti-consumerness. Because for these last 4 years, I've been defending Xbox tooth and nail, uplifting them and everything. And that's because in my eyes, you was the most pro-consumer company, hands down, period. With the Series S being the cheapest entry, having Game Pass, slowly that shit is starting to change, and slowly you keep doing shit that I don't agree with, that I'm not gonna be quiet with. That $79.99 games Xbox, come on, man. I love your games, I love Game Pass, but you motherfuckers, it's probably 2-3 games on both systems that I can honestly say I would have been comfortable paying 70 for, and I can name them on Xbox. It's Forza, both Forzas. I respect. I would have paid. That's me personally, and definitely Starfield. I'm not confident with saying I would have paid $70 for any of these other Xbox first party games. And the same shit with PlayStation. I feel comfortable. I would have paid 70 for Returnal, and I would have paid 70 for Ragnarok. Those are the two games that's really stuck with me. And Silent Hill. But outside of that, the Spider-Mans of the world, the Horizons of the world, the Astrobots of the world, motherfucker, y'all niggas is not putting out games that's justifying these price tags. When we got games like the Split Fictions of the world, the Hell Divers for $40 of the world, the Claire Expeditions, the Wu Chang game coming, like, bro, y'all done lost y'all goddamn mind. Xbox, y'all the last motherfuckers who should be doing this. That's my whole beef. You can't tell me, Phil Spencer, last year, oh man, we're not gonna win by putting out $700 mid-gen refreshes, this, that, and the third. But then you turn around and put your 2 terabyte up to this price. I know it's not just him; he got people they got to answer to. But it's like I don't agree with that, and I also don't agree with people getting in their feelings when I come with these stances and these talking points. FarQ, I put your comment in here because he said I didn't support $70 games. I definitely won't be supporting $80 games. All the hardware price increases is crazy. And the reason I highlight that, that's why I say I feel like a lot of the community, now my supporters, they know what's up, but it's the community who be feeling some type of way about me trolling, even on Twitter. Get the fuck out of here, yo. Because if you've been listening to me for the last year, my takes for the last couple of years, this whole gen, even when I was at the height of my console warring arc, before I put that shit to the side and grew up and just wanted to be a gamer. Sorry, you niggas ain't hit that step yet. Maybe one day you'll get there. But I literally did not buy a PlayStation 5 because I felt like they led the way on the $70 price increase. Yeah, it wasn't them, it was 2K who started it. But I felt betrayed by PlayStation because I'm like, yo, we in the middle of a pandemic and you increasing your digital games to $70 and you getting in on that. Bro, I did not buy a PlayStation console for that was one of the main reasons. So I'm like, if I didn't buy a console who brand I've supported my whole life because
Yep.
they did some anti-consumer shit I didn't like, why do any of you motherfuckers think I'm not gonna keep the same energy when Xbox follows suit with their $80 price point? Like that
Yeah.
shit, I'm sorry, I'm not about to be no fucking coon for these brands and
We
corporations.
ain't
They don't
grifting.
fuck about us. You know what I'm saying?
We
I'm
ain't
not.
corporate shills.
Yeah, we not shills, bro. That's they call me grifters, panda, but that's the real grifting when you just lay down and take whatever from these companies, bro. That shit not cool, bro. And it's like I get it. We got Game Pass. That is a great option, but that's not a great option at this point. That's the only option. What the fuck is y'all niggas talking about? That it's either pay 80, damn near $100 per game or Game Pass. What the fuck? We got no option. That option is taken
Yeah.
away. You literally pay or you play. You play with Game Pass or you pay. And the reason I'm passionate about this price tag is because as much as I love Game Pass, I love certain franchises more. I love Doom more than I love Game Pass. I love Elder Scrolls more than I love Game Pass. I love Bethesda more than I love Game Pass. So I say that to say I love the fuck out of Game Pass and I love having these games at my fingertips. But as a motherfucker who try to buy every Halo or try to own every mainline Bethesda game, I want to buy Elder Scrolls 6 day one. And it's like, my nigga, I gotta pay 80 for that shit. And it might even be more by then. So it's
Yeah.
like, bro, y'all gotta stop policing how the community can feel as consumers because we consumers first and foremost. Don't come bragging to me about what Xbox is doing profit wise. How the fuck did that affect me as a gamer? It don't. I don't give a fuck what Sony, Microsoft, or Nintendo is making. I don't give a fuck about their stocks fluctuation. I don't care, bro. Don't come if that's what the point you want to talk to me about, bro. Don't talk. I'm a gamer, bro. I don't give a fuck about that side. I'm not invested in them. I don't care. If you invested in them, cool. But me personally, bro, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit, bro. I'm a consumer first and foremost. And how did this shit affect me? It affect
Mm,
me because you starting to lock gaming is starting to not be for everybody with these prices, and I'm not okay with that.
mm, I agree.
I'm not okay with it.
Um, sorry. Punty. I guess I'll be playing Game Pass games only from now on, except for 2 or 3 10 out of 10 games that's released yearly. $80 is too much. I agree
Definitely.
100 fucking percent. I can't stress how disappointed I am at this announcement. We were talking about what the week before, how PlayStation and Nintendo were the most anti-consumer companies, and Xbox and PC were kind of holding it down on the consumer friendly front. I woke up. I went to bed happy. I woke up and saw a post at like 3 something in the morning, I feel like, saying that they'd announced these price increases. And I looked at what the price increases were. And they only announced Australia in my area, so I didn't know what New Zealand's price increases were. I had to wait. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? As soon as I saw the price increase, I saw the weaker Xbox Series X 2 terabyte edition. Yes, it has, and I don't care if it has a disk drive or not. It's more expensive than the PS5 fucking Pro by
Talk your shit.
$30 fucking dollars. It's weaker. I don't care about the disk drive in this respect. You've designed the system to build the disk drive into it. Yes, you can choose to not put it in there.
And we ain't
And
about
to
to act like those disk drives is the most reliable. We ain't about to act like these consoles this generation haven't been unreliable, whether it's cheap ass HDMI ports or the cheap ass disk drives. Like we ain't about
yeah,
to like it's a guarantee your disk drive gonna work the whole gen. I'm proof
we
and Reese's proof. There's a couple
yeah,
people who it don't work. But I'm
we
sorry.
called out the Galaxy Edition 2 terabyte at $600. $100 price difference between the PS5 Pro and the Series X 2 terabyte edition being a fucking joke before. It is now the laughing stock of the whole fucking community. I don't care that I already own an Xbox. I might not be impacted in that regard, but I buy games. I am always going to be looking at it from a consumer perspective and looking at the people who want to jump into this hobby and going, you've literally pricing everyone out of the fucking market. The talking about price to entry and Xbox having the best deal on that front with the Series S. The Series S is now the same price, if not on par or more expensive than the Switch 2, which is going to be a brand new fucking console. The Series S is what, coming up 5 years old? Go fuck yourself around this. You've just announced your earnings. Your hardware sales, yes, they've dropped. You aren't going to make any hardware sales now unless there's actual sales of your hardware. Goodbye to hardware sales. How many rakes can you step on? And I understand if you go look at Phil Spencer's previous interviews about talking about the cost and price to entry and the hardware and the games, this has come down from Microsoft. This is not something that I know Phil Spencer would have done because he's talked about it in the past around how he's not about that and they're wanting to make sure it stays affordable for people. We are in an economic climate where people, and I understand it's a luxury, people can't afford shit. People can't afford to travel. How else do you travel outside of the world that you're in? Through video games, through reading books, through watching television series, movies, those sort of things, or traveling within, I guess, going out and seeing what's outside and touching some grass. You have made it impossible. And the problem is, this is setting the benchmark, regardless of who you play with, Nintendo, PlayStation, or Xbox, because Steam hasn't done anything at this point. Steam is still doing what Steam's doing, and yes, PC components are going to go up, and I'm not saying get a PC. This bodes horribly for what next gen is going to lead into. If this is where they're pricing the consoles, what is next gen going to look like? They're basically saying, hey, be prepared for a fucking price jump for next gen systems. Also, Game Pass, next 6 to 12 months, we're going to see an increase. It's still going to be the best deal in gaming. They need to announce that family plan immediately. But how out of touch and stupid and blind are you? Yes, we don't talk about console sales anymore. You want to bring people onto your ecosystem. Why don't you just make it impossible for people to be part of your ecosystem unless they're playing on Game Pass? This is an Xbox and this is an Xbox. Yes, you want to put it on the products that they already own. But people who want to upgrade from last gen and maybe potentially go to this gen, you've just said a big fuck you to them. People who want to potentially go to next gen because they're going to skip a generation, I guarantee you there's going to be a big fuck you to them as well because the pricing, and this is going to go for every next gen piece of hardware. PlayStation's going to be the same. Next gen is going to be fucking expensive. If this is where we're sitting at the base, until the economy fixes itself, we're fucked. You want a game? People aren't going to upgrade. People aren't going to buy games day one anymore. You're better selling your game at $50 fucking dollars, and I can't stress this enough, $50 fucking dollars, and you'll get 5-10 million sales, then charging $80 and getting 1 million sales. The maths. And yes, I understand the increasing price of development costs, but you've got to remember, yes, development costs have gone up. Everyday prices have gone up everywhere. People aren't going to be picking up 2, 3, whatever, how many $50 game or $80 games anymore because they're only going to be able to afford one. It's so stupid. And we're going to hear more about this. This was the dumbest thing. They had such a great week last
And
week with
they,
Oblivion.
they can never just
They can't
celebrate
just
good shit,
fucking
bro. They
sit
they always
there.
shoot themselves, and they get tiresome coming having to defend this stupidity from these
It's so
motherfuckers all the
stupid.
time. And it's like, I get tariffs, but Nintendo had their mindset, especially on these digital prices. Tariffs with this digital shit, I don't want to hear that shit, because
We're
it's like,
5 years into a
that's just fucking
generation.
greed, bro. No way. The hardware shit, you can try to cat forward, make that shit make sense. I understand, Cheeto man, bitch ass, I get it, but on the game wise front, like, bro, this shit just anti-consumer, and that's not it, bro. It went from me praising you for being so consumer friendly to not. And like I said, you being in third place, you should have been the last one to follow suit with this shit.
Yep,
It's no
100%.
excuses for it, and people get mad when I say this, but if somehow, which I don't think it will, but if somehow Sony can keep their PlayStation 5 Pro at the price it's at and keep their PS5 at the price it's at, bro, the Xbox literally just committed hardware suicide.
They did. They did.
And
The
I
only
and I agree with the game adaptation. They're raising prices and they're just saying it's tariffs, whether it actually is or not. Facts, bro. They're using
100%.
this shit as this what they want to do. They've been wanting to do this shit. And my thing is this: like with the prices. First of all, I don't got problem with paying $700 for a console. I don't got problem paying $800 for a console, but it got to be a new fucking
It's gotta be worth
console.
it.
It got to be new technology,
Gotta be
because
worth
even at
it.
that point, depending on what the power is in there, you're still getting a value. I'm not gonna be one of them guys to come on here because I've been consistent. I have no problem with what I paid for the Pro. It's a new console. It's a mid-gen refresh. Same way I had no problem with the PS4 Pro or the series or the One X. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So it's like, I'm not gonna be one of those guys that bitch and complain about new console price tags, because I get it from that. It's new technology, it's new parts, it's new shit you got to manufacture. Like, I get that, but when it's the same fucking 5-year-old consoles, that's when I start bitching about the price and complaining about this shit.
Eight
Like, bro,
hundred
that
dollars, I
shit,
think, is what we're gonna be sitting at for next
that
gen.
shit not it, man.
That's gonna be where we're starting. And that's eight
I mean,
hundred
I
US
mean, I mean,
dollars.
I might be part of the problem. If it's $800 for the next gen console, I won't bitch. I might be late getting in there. I might trade it. But it's like, it's a new
I
console.
will upgrade eventually.
Yeah, my beef is not
Um,
with the new consoles being expensive. My beef is when you fucking upping the price of these shits that's been out for 5 years. Like that shit. Like Yobi said it himself. The
100%.
HDMI ports on the Xbox is the same ones from the Xbox One generation. That's cheap bullshit right there, my nigga. Like that shit not cool, bro. Like your consoles is not even durable enough to be priced at these. And I'm gonna be honest. Like you said something earlier. You was like, I'm not saying get a PC. Y'all know my stance on PC. Fuck that. I'm saying get a PC. And I'm saying that because if your console clunk out today, if your Series X clunk out today,
The
bro,
secondhand market is what you're gonna
bro,
have to do on PC because
either,
you think PC parts aren't next?
I
They're
mean, they
next.
next, but it's like, I'm talking about the now. If your shit go out tonight, would I recommend somebody go spend $400 or $600 on the X or Series S? Fuck no. I say, bro, it might be time to invest in a PC or a gaming laptop or something. Now, I will recommend a PS5 or a Pro if they stay the prices they at. The same way I would recommend the X or S if they stayed at the prices they was at. But this deep into the gen, man, we should definitely be getting decreases, man.
Almost a 5-year old console, more expensive than a console that is less than 12 months old. Yeah. I agree 100%. Now I think next gen, it's just reality. Reality is we're going to have a very expensive next gen, and I think that this is what this indicates. If this is where they're pricing these, this is what it indicates: is we're going to have a very expensive next gen, and you're going to get people who won't be upgrading right away or trading them. I definitely will be going next gen, no doubt about it, but it's going to be cost taken into account to what they're actually offering
Yeah.
with the system. I think that's really important. I saw the Nintendo Switch 2 and I was like, yeah, I like what's in the system. I don't feel like the cost is representative of what I think the system is worth to me. So I'm going to wait. And part of that is because they don't have a game that I think it is worth buying the system day one for. They don't have
Yeah.
anything launching day one. Yes, there's Mario Kart World, But I am always and forever going to be a Zelda person over Mario, and that is my preference. $80 games, $80 in America, cool. That's like 150 New Zealand dollars for one
And
game.
and I'll say this, like with the tariffs and shit, like I'm not gonna, like I said, to speak on that is to get political, and I'm not gonna do that because
I
whoever
don't
you
think you
voted for, like,
can.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't think you
yeah,
can actually accurately say what the cause is here. I think it could
I
be a
agree.
contributing factor, and
But it's not the only
but
factor.
it's not the
People
only
act like, oh,
factor.
the tariffs is the only. And my beef is this: like, okay, the hardware thing is one reason, but let's talk about the digital game price increases. For one
Yep.
Xbox, you're the one of the big three that don't give a fuck about physical. You give a less a fuck about physical than anybody. So you're essentially saying fuck us, period. You barely make this for your first party game. So now we're first to buy. Now we're on your terms. We have to spend 80 for these games or Game Pass. It's like, bro, that shit not it. And it's like,
I mean,
you can't punish us as consumers because you guys keep mishandling developments of these games.
yeah. The only
Nobody's asking you, like,
oh,
y'all keep mishandling y'all budgets. That's on y'all. Y'all keep hiring way more people than what's needed because the cost to what's in front of us it's not adding up. You spend these hundreds of millions on these games, like even with Spider-Man, I get it, you paying for the IP with Disney, but man, you spent how much to make this? I love Halo. I'm a diehard Halo fan. You spent how much to make Halo Infinite? $500 million, with Team Slayer not being there day one, Tactical Slayer not being there day one, a lot of these maps not being there day one. Like this is what they do. They spend these outrageous amounts of money and manpower on these lackluster mid ass games, and then want us as consumers to pay for their mishandling. That's on y'all, bro. I get it.
mm,
Cost of development is going up, but it's only going up for motherfuckers who don't know how to utilize a budget. Like
yes, Larry.
you
Yeah.
don't have to go spend so much to bring these mid games forward, man. Now, when you bring in
Mm.
shit that's hit out of the ballpark, like a Boulder's Gate, like a games that's generationally good, but those games don't cost what the rest of these games cost.
I think we're going to see more pricing dynamics moving forward around quality for AAA. Around like AAA are going to be your $80 games. Double A, I don't know where Double A is going to sit, and I don't know where Indie's going to sit in there. I think Double A might just
Larry
sit at
said he should do a
$50.
class on terrorists, please, bro, because I'm not about to
I
pretend like
mean,
I'm the smart politician
I
where
definitely
I'm.
think that is definitely a contributing factor, but I feel like there are other
Yeah,
things happening in this
yeah,
space.
I
I feel
definitely
like
think it's
part of it's
greed as
come
well.
from
Like I'm not.
Microsoft.
I
Yeah.
think it's greed as well. Like, yeah, tariffs and shit play a role, and definitely do that class. I'll be there to support. I'll share it out. I'll link it to my channel because I'm not about to pretend like I'm super educated on tariffs and what the impact and shit is and will be. But I'm just saying, I also feel like it's tariffs, it's greed on top of tariffs. I feel like this is shit that they was wanting to do, and when they seen an excuse to do some of this shit, they did it. Especially with the digital game price increases. Ain't none of you niggas putting out games worth $70, whether it's Microsoft, Nintendo, or PlayStation. And the games that is worth $70 haven't been $70. The KCD2s of the world, the Split Fictions of the world, the Claire Expeditions. These games is games that's reasonably priced. You overcharging motherfuckers for bullshit ass games. And then motherfuckers want to talk about budgets. That's on y'all, bro. Get it together and listen to what gamers want. Because if you listen to what gamers want, you don't end up with the Battlefield 2042s. You don't end up with the Concords. You don't end up with
Defiant,
the X Defiance. You don't end up with these games that come out and
Foam
be absolute
Stars.
dog water. Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? You don't get those games if you listen. Even if Marathon come out and flop, that's on them because haven't been listening to the
But it's
overarching
also going to be, I
community.
think, a $40 game. I think they're matching that to what Helldivers did. Um, they got plenty of feedback after their alpha. Um, I think the only thing that's probably going to be your silver lining in this price hike conversation, and I know Xbox is aware that they're only ever going to sell what they're going to sell hardware wise, and so it's not going to move the needle if they keep their prices where they're at, um, and they have to take into account. And this is like, I feel like US, you haven't had any price increases on console systems, right? You haven't had any since day one.
No, I don't think so.
You were
It's
lucky, yeah.
been,
So this will be
we
the
haven't had shit
second price
going down
increase in
either.
New Zealand, second price increase in Australia. Um, but they kept the prices down in the US because it's their biggest market, right? And PlayStation has done the same, and I feel like they've passed prices on to other markets as a result to allow them to keep their prices down in the United States. And the silver lining here is always going to be Game Pass. The passive income that they get through people who may not be using it as much as the hardcore gamers, but go in and foray. We are going to ride this out for the most part safely, but there will be a price increase. And this is the point. If they do a price increase, they really need to announce the family plan. They really need to announce that.
Yeah, because and this is my thing with people is like, bro, I love gaming just like everybody in here love gaming. I love Game Pass just like everybody, but bro, I have a limit, bro. Like I've been screaming Game Pass Ultimate from the rooftops when it was $15.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, when it was $18. Shit, now it's $20. Shit, if it creep up to that $24, $25, it'll definitely be a month by month basis because it's like even with that being 25, if it get to that, shit, you still look at Doom. Look at Clear, like the value is still there, but it's just to somebody like me, I'll be okay with buying the occasional games on sale and
Yeah,
going by month, or I might not even have Ultimate. I might drop down to the lowest PS Plus and Game Pass tier and just work on my backlog. And when it's something I really want to play, spend the money to get that.
I
Uh,
don't see why they
you know,
didn't just take the L for the rest of the gen and put prices up next gen.
yeah.
That would have made sense.
And then my thing is, the reason I'm mad at Xbox did this is because the ball is now on Sony court. Sony hasn't announced any console increases or price increases. We can all say from the rooftops, "Oh, they're gonna." Yeah, they probably will. I'm not saying they won't, but the fact that now you got to wait to see what they do and see if
Yeah.
they follow suit to justify your shit, like that shit, just not it.
Mm.
It's not it. You know what I'm saying? That's not it. Even I don't think the Switch 2 prices is outrageous as a lot of people make it seem because it's a new generation from the Switch 1. Like if it was just the Switch OLED Plus, like, but the game prices is where my beef really come in at. Like,
Do you know
I
what
got
they
my critiques with the hardware, but the software, come on, man.
you want to sell? I mean, to be fair, Xbox Series X's are not available on even Microsoft Store. But you wanna quickly sell product. You should have said, "Hey, we intend to put the prices up on this date," and watch people run out and go buy them at the cheaper price.
Yeah, they did
Get
this
some
shit
hardware sales
overnight.
out of
Like
it.
as
That's
soon as
what
they announced
PlayStation
this,
did,
it
and I
was
thought it
up.
was stupid. PlayStation was like, "As of today, our prices are going up," and we're like, "What? Why? Why? Why didn't you give people?" I know why, but like give people a chance. You could have had people running and picking up purchases, and that equated to sales of hardware, which eventually equates to sales of software or Game Pass sales. I think they're going to get a lot more people going to Game Pass as a result because of the $80 price tag. Um, but yeah, like next gen would have been a much better thing to do. Where upping those prices. But again, I think part of the problem would have been if the consoles were like still what $499 US, and then suddenly you're looking at a $800 $900 console. That's quite a hard thing to swallow for people who were wanting them to still sit low. So I think that was part of the reason why there's prices. How do we bridge the gap so it doesn't seem like it's such a big jump to next gen? Because we're going to see a jump no matter how we look at it. I just it just didn't need it. You had such a good week last week.
Yeah,
You just
they
couldn't
do
sit
this all the
there
time. They
and
just
enjoy it for a month. Give
like I said,
it a
this shit took
month.
effect immediately. This shit
Yep.
they ain't get people, they ain't say the price is increasing this holiday season for the consoles. This shit took place immediately.
Yes,
You
they're
know,
avoiding scalpers. I get it.
like that. I mean, I get it, and I get why they doing a lot, but that don't mean I'm gonna agree with it, and I'm gonna find ways to find justifications for these actions. Like this shit just not
Mm,
it. I don't give a fuck if it's Nintendo, Xbox, PlayStation. I don't give a fuck how consumer friendly they've been. What are they doing right now? You know what I'm saying? Right now, they charging like a motherfucker. They doing anti consumer shit, and I don't fuck with that. I ain't fuck with them giving games to PlayStation to begin with as an Xbox only dude. Like that shit
yeah.
not cool. You don't give them niggas nothing when I gotta lead a platform to go play Final Fantasy or Silent Hill 2. And
Mm,
us Xbox fans ain't have no voice in that.
yeah.
We ain't had no voice in that. We ain't had no voice in the reward systems getting nerfed into the ground. Even though that's still, a great system, I'd argue. But it's still we ain't about to pretend like it hasn't gotten worse. We haven't been having we got less options to go get reward points than we ever have had. You know what I'm saying? It's like I gotta speak from a consumer and a gamer perspective, bro. I don't give a especially when you got the like you pointed out, Pen. Damn, bro, you just had your financial earning call. You motherfuckers is profitable, and that's without seeing the ramifications of shit like Forza on PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? Indiana Jones on PlayStation. That's like we haven't even seen the full benefits for you guys from giving our
Forza
games away.
Horizon just hit what 1 million players or sales on PlayStation. I feel like Forza Horizon 5 did.
But yeah,
I feel like
Lyric, I get what you're saying, but it's like I understand though. It's like
yeah,
I
as a
understand,
consumer,
but
this is
after
a big
we understand, where do we go from that? Do we defend it or do we voice how we don't fuck with it? Like I understand what the fuck is going on. I ain't retarded,
yeah.
but
I mean,
I'm not
we can't
goddamn
defend
agree
it.
with
We
you.
don't
Yeah.
work for Microsoft. We don't get paid by them. There's nothing around that. We're just consumers of their products. And that's the same with Nintendo and PlayStation. We just consume their products, but it's not a situation where it's just like, okay, yep, buy product and then consume next product. Um, but from a business perspective, if you're looking at it from that perspective, you can see what they weighed up and why they did it, and it makes sense for them. But as a consumer and as someone who looks at potential other consumers who aren't in the ecosystem, it's
Yeah,
just a
it's
shit
harder
experience.
to recommend
Yeah.
the Xbox now more than ever.
I
And
can
this
recommend Game
and yeah,
Pass,
I can recommend that for sure. But as far as
but
the actual platform to play it on, like when you got somebody like me, bro, y'all know how I stand on console business, bro. When you got somebody like me considering getting a PC over an Xbox if my shit clunk out, because it's like, goddamn, bro, you not about to just
you had
take my pockets. You not doing
you
that,
had
bro.
but you had people who saw what came out last week on Game Pass who PlayStation like casual or just not the toxic hardcore PlayStation community. So I'm talking about people who aren't them, who saw what was being offered and was like, "Damn, I may consider getting an Xbox and subscribing to Game Pass." They were considering jumping off PlayStation. Do you think they're going to do that now? You have just started giving a regular cadence of games showing the value proposition that is Game Pass, that is the Xbox ecosystem, the benefit of buying two publishers to then go, yeah, we're going to keep things out of reach. I will say that though, Bethesda does still publish their own titles. So hopefully that means that their games aren't going to be subject to that $80 price point because they get to choose what price
I
they
just
they release their games at. But
my only thing with
we
that
don't
Panda
know.
is like, how could
We
you
don't
not?
know.
If you lead, if Xbox lead the way, and then everybody like, fuck it, I'm getting in on that. Whether it's Ubisoft or how the fuck can you see a mid ass Ubisoft be $80 and then you as Bethesda who putting out Elder Scrolls can't justify it to even just themselves? Like, hold up, whoa. The last such and such was $80. Fuck that. Elder Scrolls 6, we got to make that 80. So it's like it get to a point where it's the industry becomes a monkey see, monkey do.
Yeah.
That's the reason I'm frustrated with Xbox. I ain't want you to be the monkey that do, because now the rest of the monkeys gonna see and go do. I wanted the other
Well,
motherfuckers who's known to be anti-consumer to take the lead. Not y'all. Y'all
GTA.
have one job, bro. Like you've been killing it.
You just
Whether it's
know that.
Oblivion, Expedition,
Yeah.
like you said with GTA, I feel like if the rest of the industry gonna go to $80, $90,
It's
that
gonna be
it's not cool.
$100. It's
But
gonna be $100.
wait until GTA is out.
Yeah, GTA is what?
Follow them. Y'all
Because
leading them. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like,
While we're talking about them, did you just want to talk about them?
what up with my
um,
boy Rez? He said, everything is being less and less consumer friendly. Aren't we who the games are for? Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, the games are for us, but they pretty much seem like they saying fuck us to a certain degree.
Well, a lot of the people who are coming up and are going to be the next generation of gamers are the young people. What did we afford shit when we were growing up? No, parents paid for so many things for us, unless you had like a really good job. Um, you didn't afford games on a regular basis. And so it's just going to be real interesting, no matter how you look at it. I understand what you're saying there, Lyric. Like, yes, up the food chain, Microsoft's asking it up the food chain. If you look further up, there are um, market forces that have clearly twisted Microsoft's arm. But
And
they're
even
always
me
going to
as a
pull up
as
and
a
shoot the
reviewer,
shit.
you make my job even harder because now it's like I can't give you a game certain leeways when you start getting to $70 and $80. Now it's like I do got to be one of those guys that super critique every little flaw, even no matter how much I love your game, because it's like look at
Yeah,
what you're
is it
you're
worth the
charging
price
me for.
tag?
Yeah,
We
you know.
heard this gen that $70 prices for games was deserving of the quality that you got, but we had what game had a spider cube in it? Was that deserving of $70 at
Stuck
least?
games stuck at 30 frames,
Games like at 30. You're
swinging
going.
around the city is fucking a spider cube, like Panda pointed out. I just don't get it. Like I don't, like I said, it's probably about 2-3 games from both systems. And my experience out of the hundreds of games I've beaten over the last couple of years that really can justify that price point.
Yeah.
And that's just from PlayStation, Xbox. But if we're talking about it as an industry as a whole, I could name more them games, but those same games aren't $70. Like Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 ain't 70. Claire Expedition isn't $70, isn't $80. So it's like the games that I feel
Mhm.
like is worth that price tag isn't even that price tag.
Oh
Like
yeah.
that's a big red flag on the industry.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And don't let my critiques of Xbox or PlayStation
Well,
fool y'all. I come from this because I love these fools, man. But it's like, goddamn, my love can only stretch so far, just like my wallet.
well,
You know what
GTA
I'm
6
saying?
being announced for the delay, right? So it's a delay till what, May 26th, 2026. And I
Hmm.
was always of
Which
the
is gonna get
mindset that
pushed
I
back.
felt like it was going to be delayed this year. I didn't think it was coming this year. I had some people saying, no, it's definitely coming. If you look at the history of what they've done, I'm like, I really don't. That we haven't really seen anything outside of some promotional stuff. I really didn't think we were getting it this year. But do you know what pushing it back after all these price changes mean? GTA Rocksteady, Rockstar.
Rockstar, they won't get that heat.
Rockstar, right? Rocksteady's different company. I'm trying to remember. Rockstar
Yeah,
definitely going to be charging that minimum $100.
yeah.
They are going to be that $100 game because they can.
But they got the
They
potential to
aren't
do
going
the
lower than
funniest shit ever
$80.
too.
They aren't going lower than $80. They know it's going to sell. There aren't many games that can do that, and they're one of those. They're one of those franchises that can do that, and people are still going to pay it because people are going to sit there and go with, "That's my game that I'm going to buy next year. I'm not going to play anything else. This is all I'm going to play." Just like people who buy COD every year,
Mhm.
people who buy
Shit,
Madden. Or,
I'm part of the problem depending on the game. I think we all are to a certain degree.
yeah,
Madden in college football is calling my damn name this year.
I'm I'm yep. Fable next year. I'm game
Yeah.
passing. I was gonna buy that. I will wait to buy it on a discount. I will game pass it out the gate. Yeah. I don't know. I wasn't surprised about GTA 6's delay. I was surprised they waited till May to tell us. Because I had a feeling it was getting delayed anyway. Were you my I feel like I don't know, we had a conversation in a few podcasts ago, and it's more than a couple of a few. We were talking about this, and I feel like you were saying it wasn't going to be delayed, or maybe I'm remembering it wrong. Maybe
Um,
I've been thinking of someone else in the community who I was talking to who was like, "No, it's coming out this year," and I'm like, "No, it's getting delayed."
I can't remember, but I pretty much already mentally prepared for it to be delayed the moment it was announced for this year. I just know how Rockstar operate as a company, so it don't really
And
surprise me.
most of us anticipate that they're going to push the game from May to end of next year anyway, and have
Yeah,
another delay.
definitely.
I'll be surprised if the game comes out in May.
Yeah, I definitely will. I wouldn't be
Yeah.
surprised. And I think they got the potential to do the funniest shit ever. Or if they drop their game at $59.99 or just the price that it's already at 70. Like how would the rest of these clowns look?
If they
The
drop it
whole
at
entire
70,
gaming industry.
yeah, it'd be a big fu to I'd be happy, but like I still wouldn't want to pay it day one. I won't.
Yeah.
I'm not spending what, $120 to $130 on a video game in New Zealand. I never do. Not unless it's a collector's edition, which comes with a statue and some DLC and all this other stuff. That's when I'm spending money outside of the what I deem to be actually worth the price point in my country. But yeah, I'm not surprised by this delay.
Yeah.
But what I am excited for, and it's coming out this year,
Maybe
and
it'll
it's
come to
on Game Pass.
PC and Switch 2 day one now. Who knows? I just seen Yobi mention something like that.
Oh,
That'd be
some
dope.
people think it's a delay to put the game out on PC. Could be. I don't think so though. I think they want to optimize the shit out of that game. It would be nice to see it come out day one PC, so everyone's playing GTA 6 at the same time. But we have got more details on The Outer Worlds 2. If you've been watching, I feel like I want to be sick too saying IGN. They've had a lot of gameplay in relation to The Outer Worlds 2, and they've talked about things that are in this game that definitely improved. They've had feedback around the sneak mechanic for like takedowns, so hopefully they're going to put a proper takedown animation in rather than just stab and watch the person fall. So they're introducing parkour mechanics that allow climb, vault, and slide. Really important if you. Enemies now employ advanced tactics, including taking cover and using grenades. And like flanking you. I love it. Obsidian focused on making weapons feel satisfying from the start while also integrating RPG mechanics that enhance gunplay based on player stats and skills. So they talked about the fact that they wanted to make it more in line with what Bungie does around their gunplay. So that smoothness, I'm actually really excited and keen. I loved the first game, and I just think the second game is going to be definitely a vast improvement. And I hope they even double down further on the RPG mechanics. They're wanting to encourage various playstyles by offering light, medium, and heavy armor options. Love it. Removal of level scaling enemies have static stats throughout the game, allowing for self-challenging gameplay where players can revisit earlier locations with improved gear. They'll probably have something where they'll allow it to scale anyway. I reckon that might be a slider or an option. That would be smart if they did. Players can use new gadgets during combat, like tactical time dilation and shields. And difficulty settings from story mode to very hard warranted. I think you need that, and in range combat is prioritized, but melee options are available as well. And if you've watched any of the weapons that they've used, looks like it's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. And that's what I like about Obsidian. They like to make their games fun. Nero, what are you excited about the combat details that have been announced and shown in relation to Outer Worlds 2 that is coming out this year? And we get to see a whole showcase on it after the Xbox showcase.
Yeah, I'm extremely excited for it. Easily one of my most anticipated games, man. I just can't wait to see more of it. I love reading and seeing some of the stuff I'm seeing from it. Because that IGN gameplay just wasn't it. Whoever was playing that shit, horrible. Xbox, please start finding smaller channels like myself or just either even other people in the community. Start sending some of these codes and previews to them so we can see what normal gameplay looks like. All that slow walking at 2 fucking feet per second and just looking around and slowly at my like yo, we all do that, but we don't do it to the extent that them fucking corporate shills at IGN is getting paid to do. It looked horrible from when they playing it, from how they look playing the game. But the actual game looks really damn good. Everything I'm seeing, I like about it. I'm liking that the enemies would, have more advanced tactics. We got new gadgets during combat. I think that's really dope. Uh, they got a new focus on range combat, and then they add in parkour mechanics to allow climb, vault, and slide. Like, I just feel like the whole gameplay loop is gonna be a lot smoother to just
Yeah.
feel and play. Which is crazy because the gameplay and the movement and everything, like they highlighting the enemy, the combat, all of that stuff was never the highlight for Outer Worlds for me personally. It was the story, the telling, the just RPG mechanics, the immersiveness, like the world. So all of that stuff is why I love the first game. They improving on that, and then everything else around it. Like, sign me up. And I'm happy that this is the highlight of the showcase for the summer. Because look, we definitely don't need a fucking COD highlight every year.
No,
We don't need that shit.
we
Keep
know
doing
there's
stuff
another
like
COD
this.
game,
Yeah,
game
we
coming
know
out.
it's another COD game. We get it,
We
guys.
know it's coming to the Nintendo Switch too.
Yeah, we get it. Show a little quick teaser trailer and get past that. But yeah, man, I'm excited. Chat, you guys excited for Outer Worlds too?
Always. It's coming to Game Pass. It's hard kind of being positive after we've just kind of I feel like I've torn Xbox a new one because I'm um
But
but it
that's
doesn't
but
take
that's
away
what
my
we gotta do
enjoyment of
though.
the games. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like it's not like we saying fuck the hard working devs, the people that's making the games and shit. I'm pretty sure the devs is not the ones that want their games to be less accessible to gamers. It's the people above them. So I'm not ever gonna like give hate towards them. I'm still super excited for Outer Worlds, and I love Obsidian, and I love the work they do.
I can't wait to see the build that they show at the showcase because I know we talked about it last time and the characters looked flawless, but the world that they were in looked like it still needed some polish. So don't know what build they showed us, but it'll be nice to see a more current build at the Xbox showcase so that we can really get an idea of exactly what you're getting, whether you're playing on the Series S, on the Xbox Series X systems, whether you're playing it via the cloud, whether you're playing it on PC, or even on your television. Yeah, but it's just nice to hear that they have really looked at what was delivered last in the last game and worked on a lot of the feedback that they got given. And so we should expect a more streamlined combat experience as a whole. Yeah, I'm excited. Hmm. I'm not going to put up any images for Borderlands 4 because my system's being a
Yeah,
bitch.
yeah. I was gonna say we
Sorry.
can kind of go by this quick because it was a 20-minute state of play for Borderlands 4. I only watched about 10 minutes of it, and Panda didn't get around to watching it.
I did
Um,
watch it. I
oh,
did
you did?
watch
You,
it.
oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said you didn't watch it to start the
No,
show.
I did watch it. I wasn't going to
Oh,
put
I'm
anything
sorry.
up for it because my system's
Oh well, hey,
being
well, no, go
a see you
go
next
ahead.
Tuesday.
I'm gonna let you lead then.
No, go, Nero.
All right. Well, the 10 minutes I saw, I thought it looked pretty damn Borderlandish.
Mm.
Going back to the roots, and I like some of the abilities and some of the characters. I'm definitely in there. Uh, I'm
It's
looking
got
forward
split
to
screen co-op, so you can
yes.
do
Come
couch
on,
co-op.
come on,
Love it.
man. That's awesome. We love that. Not sure if they say. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be cross play and cross progression, but
Yeah, I
that's
think so.
always a plus. And I'm in there. I think it looks pretty good. Looks really good actually. And as long as they get back to the humor, the dope villains, and I'm chuckling all throughout the game like I was in every one of the games prior to the third one.
Yeah,
As
yeah,
long as they go back to their roots, man, yo, I'll be there to support, man. I really like Borderlands as a series. I just three just left a kind of sour taste in my mouth, and
I mean
and
the
it wasn't
combat in 3
nothing.
was good,
Yeah,
but the
three
story
had a
was
lot
just
going for it.
lackluster.
I think the settings in three was pretty dope. The guns, of course, the graphics. I think three did so much right, but I fell in love with villains like Handsome Jack. You know what I'm saying? I fell in love with those type of guys. So when you go from them type of villains and take just such a
Yeah,
step back, it's like
yeah, I
I'm excited
definitely.
for it.
I'm excited for it. Like I said earlier, I'm gonna wait and see some reviews on this before I actually touch it. But I think Borderlands, they're just so beautiful. The cell shading is just beautiful. And like I said earlier, is the loot, the fact that you don't have to share loot. I think that's fantastic, and it's nice that they called that out so that people aren't asking it. They kind of preempted and beat that question, beat everyone to asking that question by announcing it. Here's my issue, and I said it last week. Borderlands 4 got its own state of play. What the fuck about Ghost of Yotai? There's going to be a state of play, I guarantee you, closer to the release of Ghost of Yotai, but like they had 20 minutes. Why couldn't we have had 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 8 minutes, something more than 3 minutes on Ghost of Yotai and given it a bit more fanfare and announcement we're going to release this instead of shadow dropping that trailer? That's my issue. I think the state of play was great, but I was like, this just made me really disappointed about the way they treated Ghost of Yotai. the week before.
Yeah, I think
And I'm
they'll
going to stand my
probably.
ground on that.
Yeah, you're not wrong to stand on that ground either. I think they're probably waiting for it to get a little closer to release.
Yep.
Sony with they marketing, they kind of like really turn it up closer to release. So I'm
They
thinking
should have
it's
waited.
gonna
They
have
shouldn't
a
have released anything last week. They should have just waited.
yeah. I just feel like as somebody that's looking forward to both of the games, I definitely needed to see more of Borderlands first to make a decision than I ever would need to
Yes, you
see of
did.
most of Yotai because I was
100%.
sold on Yotai when they announced it. Like I don't need to see shit. I don't
Sucker
need they
Punch
don't
did
need to
such
show
a
me
good job,
nothing.
right?
Yeah, like certain studios, they got my trust where it's like, yo, I don't need to just I'll be here for the sequel. Period. So that's how I am with them. With Borderlands, they probably a game left a taste in my mouth. Where for me personally, I can only speak for me. I needed that state of play. Like
Yeah.
I needed them to restore my faith in the brand. I like Randy Pitchford. I like the passion that they've been showing. I like that it's gotten moved up a bit. Um, I'm intrigued. I'm really
I'm
excited to see
excited.
the Mafia game too coming up. That's
Old
is that this
Country.
week?
Oh,
Amanda?
yes.
It might
We've
be
got
this
some
week.
great games coming out this year.
Yeah.
Um,
You-
and I don't think I have much more to add on the Borderlands side of things.
yeah.
But again, as with everything that has been happening in the last, 5 years, I feel,
Mhm.
every developer, I feel like, is impacted to some degree. EA is
Definitely.
laying off between 300 to 400 staff, including around 100 at Respawn. And Respawn was apparently working on a Titanfall extraction shooter, which has now been cancelled, according to Jason Schreier. Um, I'm it's just so sad. I feel like someone gave announcements over 25,000 developers have been laid off in the last few years. That is a lot of people. And part of that is rising development costs, but also people not buying the games because they can't fucking afford them. It's disappointing and sad for any of those developers that are in a position where they do not have a job now. I hope they land on their feet. It's not surprising, and I think we should expect way more layoffs moving forward, and not just from EA, everywhere. Nero, what are your thoughts on this?
I'm a huge Respawn fan.
Mm,
Uh,
I agree.
it's all around.
They're a brilliant developer.
I love Respawn. I love Apex. That was my favorite shooter, but I'm kind of taking a stance. Like even with what I said about the price increases and stuff, it's like we can come
Yeah,
on these podcasts and we could talk about it, but at some point you got to vote with your wallet. You got to vote, also
yeah,
with your voice. Like I know people be like, man, what's done is done. You shouldn't complain. Nah, we consumers, bro. If we spend our money, why shouldn't we voice our opinions? We should
might as
always
well.
do
Look.
that. But
Yeah.
I love Respawn. I love the Jedi Survivor games. I mean, in the first game as well. I might even do a replay of those, but I just feel like even with Apex, I love Apex, but what Apex has become is just straight up greed. $20-$30 a skin, just
What?
outrageous.
Wait,
It's
20
ridiculous.
$30 US a skin.
A skin, and if you want an heirloom, which is just
Oh,
a weapon for your hands, you got to spend hundreds, $200-$300. It's a gambling. It's really greedy, and I felt I'm not proud. I'm not proud of it. But when I was a couple years ago, I wasn't like really buying games a lot. I didn't like the games I played heavy multiplayer wise. It's free to play like
yeah.
Apex, so I didn't see the wrong in what I was doing. I was like, yo, this game is so amazing and it's free. I don't mind spending money. But it got to a point where every time I got my paycheck, I was spending 10, 15, $20 here or there.
Mm,
And I was just keep getting packs, gambling, trying to get an heirloom, and
yeah.
I'm not proud of that. Looking back at it, because I spent a lot of money on that, and it's greed, and the way they set it up, and it's just like it's just not cool, man. I love Apex; it does a lot of things right, but the new character they're adding, he's already been laid off,
Yeah.
and these group of layoffs. So it's like you got a new character with a new voice acting and all these voice lines and stuff, and he's not even going to be employed by you guys to celebrate
Mm,
the new season. So I understand Apex. Um, it's just it's disappointing to see the whole industry being getting hit with it, but it's like some point, you guys making a lot of money. The people up top, it's always the motherfuckers who make these games. These devs that
and
got laid
align
off
their
is probably the
pockets.
people that put their heart and soul into trying to get Apex to be in a better place or trying to get Jedi to be smoother on consoles or whatever the case might be. It's
That's
just
why
always
some
unfortunate to see.
so many of us gamers, when we talk about and actually talk about support the devs, we're talking
Yeah,
about indie devs, we're talking about passion projects, we're talking
definitely.
about things where they've put their heart and soul and sweat into it, and they are going to get something back if we buy or play their game. Whereas these other companies, profit, 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 greed, 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 and then how much of that money actually makes its way down to the developers who have also worked hard, crunched like crazy, and put so much time and energy, sometimes heart and soul. Might be a massive passion project for them for the game they're working on, but they're not necessarily seeing the benefits of it.
Yeah. And then I feel like the canceled Titanfall game Extraction Shooter is just a fuck you to everyone. It's a
Well,
fuck
to
you
be
to the
fair,
Apex fans. It's just like, I mean, go ahead, go ahead.
uh, we don't need another extraction shooter. At the mark,
I mean,
I feel like it.
we say that, but what extraction shooters, especially on console, do we have? Like, I feel like,
Well, I mean, marathon's next, right?
but that's we've yet to really see
Oh,
that.
you mean yeah? I guess you're right in the console space because you got Escape from Tarkov, which is PC only. You have Hunt Showdown extraction shooter that's on console as well and
Yeah, I'm
PC.
not really a fan of that one. It's like I
Um,
definitely think as console
I think
we need a
I
taste
think
of
it would have
it.
been a good mode. Give us Titanfall and give it as a mode in Titanfall. Because not everyone wants to play extraction shooters.
And what about that new game too? Shout out to the homie Grizzly once again. Arc Raiders. That's an extraction shooter. Like people is really speaking highly of that. So
I mean,
I think
that
it's
if it
a
finds its
potential.
niche, but if that already finds its niche and it completely blocks out and monopolizes all the people who are attending to play marathon, Titanfall would need to be something. Obviously, everyone loves Titanfall, but it would need to probably do something very different to kind of pull the gaze that is off Arc Raiders over to here. That's why I think it would be good as a tacked on option and give people more Titanfall that they want, and also show them something that they may not necessarily know that they want. Um, but again, we don't know if it was going to be free to play or not. Interesting. I don't know. It's probably just me. I just have a massive. I don't give a fuck about extraction shooters.
No, I understand. I just can't have that take because I feel like I haven't played enough of them. That's why I
Yeah,
guess
fair enough.
I'm excited for the marathons and the arc
I
raiders of the
mean,
world and even that.
if if they add a additional mode into marathon, which is not just go in and potentially lose all the shit that you have on you, then that might be a different conversation. I might go and try marathon out because I love Bungie's gameplay, but I don't really see me enjoying the gameplay loop based on what they've announced so far and knowing how I play in the games that I like. Yeah, Bungie hasn't shown me anything worth doing it. And we haven't seen anything on Titanfall. It could have been fantastic. But I also think this there's only so many people and so much time. And then the genre gets real crowded really quickly because everyone starts making it. They hedge their bets though quite a few years early and go, let's do this, and then they don't necessarily know what other teams are doing. And then everyone releases games just like it. And then you're like, fuck. All right. I agree with you there. You're right. You should try it before you make up your mind.
Yeah,
I feel like that's it. Do we have
yeah.
anything else?
That's
Is there
no.
any other
That's
news that has come
we
out?
don't. Not that if I did I missed it, but I mean we had GTA, but I don't think it's nothing. I don't got nothing to say to
I mean,
it.
we talked about that already.
Yeah, we
We
have.
talked about
So
that delay.
yeah,
I don't think I have much more to announce. I think we have Doom the Dark Age is coming out
yeah,
soon. We've got
real
other games
soon.
coming out. If you haven't tried Towerborn, give it a go. I need to give it a go.
That's
I
been
just
really good.
can't take myself away from Clear Obscure at the moment. I need to finish that.
We got a call out in the chat. Reese calling out Yobi, come to the ring. Ah man, he'll never talk to Jimmy Banks like that, man. Jimmy Banks, Jim Banks won't go for that, man. If you know, you
But
know.
I really we're gonna head out. I just want to say a big shout out to over 92 people watching us live across YouTube, across Twitch, across Twitter, X, however you want to call it. Um, we will be back next week for episode 50, hopefully with some better news. Um, hopefully with less rakes being stood on. And hopefully with different games that we've played. If I still haven't finished Clear Expedition 33 or whatever you want to call it, it's because that thing has stolen my life. But yeah, we'll be back. Soul should be back next week. And we'll see. I don't know who we have as a guest lineup for next week. I'll have a look, see who we've got. But I just want to say a big thank you to everybody who joined us live, who engages with us in the chat. You are all amazing, and you all keep it very, very friendly. And there's no horribleness in chat. And you have great conversations. Some of the things you say, I'm like, oh, that's such a good talking point. Why didn't I think of it? And we will call you out. But yeah, thank you. Hit that like button, share it out. We are trying to get to 2,000 subscribers. And so everything that you do is much appreciated around your support. I know that there is so much of everyone else in the space talking about video games, but no one has a next gen grifter on their show like we do, which is Nero. Where can people avoid you?
NextGenNero, all platforms, man. Y'all know what it is right here on the Game Pass Daily channel, man. I'm working on some games, just some reviews, man. It's just a lot on my plate, man. A lot on this backlog, man. A lot of great games, man. Also, man, shout out to Becca, Retry, FarQ, and I'm forgetting some of the other homies, man, but it was a couple of homies in an Xbox party recently, man. I just popped in there, man. It was late night. And they pretty much was my therapy, man. They let me pony bot all I want. Becca surprised me. She was just so welcoming. And she's like, Nero, just let it out. I used to be a pony as well. I'm like, see, you just get it.
Shout out to FarQ for gifting a membership, and
Oh, man.
Torino Johnson for getting that gifted membership. Shout out to you
Sir.
as well. Thank you so much, FarQ.
Understood.
We love you so much.
Yeah, man.
Fuck you. And just because I haven't done it in a while, I'm just, for no reason, because I have no reason to do this, but I know you love it. It's, the middle finger is to fuck you. He loves it. He loves it. He really
gets
does.
off on that. He's a sick son
Yeah,
of a
he
bitch.
does.
He's a good guy, but he's a sick son of a bitch, man. He's a really Reese, get on her. Play Towerborn, man. Yeah. Get on her.
Panda
Man.
play Towerborn. I
They've been
can't. I
forcing me
really
to get off of
can't.
Oblivion to play it with them. I'm like,
I
yo,
dream
chill.
about Expedition 33 at the moment. The music is living rent free in my head.
Yeah.
I just it's taken over my life right now. I can't describe how much I love that game. And it wouldn't be fair to touch another game until I get it out of my system. Wouldn't be fair to any other game because I will be consistently thinking about that game when I'm playing this game. So yeah. Thank you as always. Sorry,
And
I feel like I cut you off, Nero.
You definitely need to go ahead and get on that. Now I'm with the chat. Fuck you. Get on Towerborn. Yeah, get on it, guys.
Gang up on Panda.
Yeah,
get on oh my god. Get on Towerborn. I was gonna say Powerborn for some reason, but my brain's just dying.
But
I feel like
I'm really impressed with
I
Towerborn.
have lunch.
Shout out to Lyric, Reese, Rez, and Demo. Those are the 4 people I seen playing it that really was highlighting how dope it looked. They got me to get in there, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if I'm, because it's a co-op game, right? Mm-hmm. Like you can play with your friends, Towerborn?
Yep. I think up 4.
Then it's probably just going to be out of people all playing it and going, Panda, jump in with us. That's probably what's going to happen. But
hot take Nero time before I leave. Hot take Nero time on the way out. Hot take. Keep Towerborn on Xbox only. I think it's a dope experience, and I
already on PC though. But you mean on the ecosystem?
Yeah, keep it on. Just keep it off.
Probably going to go to Switch too. To be fair,
I say this as somebody that would probably get it depending on the price if it go to PlayStation. That shit pretty dope. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Some games I just like having at my fingertips no matter where I'm at. That Towerborn is a god, man. And the achievements is coming soon, man. Shout out to you.
Also want to shout out very quickly, Lyric the Gestural. Thank you for sending us through a song which is going to debut
Oh yeah,
on
next
next
week.
week's episode.
Yeah.
So yeah, amazing.
I
Appreciate
love
it.
it. A
We love it.
shotgun of truth, man. That's all. A little preview. All I got to say is I be having that shotgun of truth, and a lot of people can't handle it. Larry snapped on this song. I said, yo, when I heard that, I said, yo, this is it, man. I said, he get it. So a lot of people might not get it, but he get it.
I am a fake gamer. Thank you for calling me out. Thank you for calling me out. Hey, I did South of Midnight on the hardest difficulty, and then it got too easy anyway.
You mean South of
um,
what night?
South of Midnight, the hardest difficulty. I was told to play that on the hardest difficulty. I understand why, because even by the end of the game, even on the hardest difficulty, the game was too easy.
Yeah.
Um,
Great
that
game, man.
because of all the unlocks and skills, and that. Have a great rest of your weekend, everybody. Stay safe. Enjoy May the 4th for those who are experiencing it tomorrow for you. It'll be today for me. I will be a Sith Lord tomorrow, I feel like. We're gonna jump on out. You will find me on Xbox, by the way, Red Dead Panda. You can find me on X or Twitter, Red Dead Panda. And yeah, you'll find me here every week. Always, always, always feeding the red panda. That is me. All right. Have a good night, everybody, or day, or morning. Bye.